Recording. All right. So we left our heroes in the port town of Luskin. We had finished up with Nikola and his conversations that he had, answering some questions about why his ship had gone missing so many years ago, to the High Captain Thora Terrell, the High Captain of Ship Terrell. You guys had come into port aboard the Dolman's Dart with a shipload full of stone bound for the southern port cities from Port Last. You guys had pretty clear weather for most of the trip. And Nikola decided when you guys got into port to kind of bribe the portmaster with a little bit of extra money to make sure that you guys were not, or you guys were safe to kind of come into port. You guys stayed the night at the One-Eyed Jacks, and we left off with Tehran and Kohi interested in going to the Winter's Palace, and I believe it was Alice, Monty, and Wazotic looking for any shopping they might be able to do for the day. So that's where we leave you guys off.
Going.
Do we want shopping next, or do we want to?
Do shopping.
Yeah, we can do shopping. I think we
You
followed.
sure you don't want to go on a murder spree at the graveyard first?
Not so many people to murder in the graveyard. They all already been done murdered.
I think you'd be surprised.
Sometimes you got to murder him again.
Yeah, I'd rather not
Kobe
get
knows
into
all about
something
that.
than maybe have to go up and put Diana down. So when we start with shopping, we'll see.
Yeah,
how
okay.
it goes.
Sounds good. All right, so we had at least 3 places we wanted to stop.
Oh man, my head hurts, guys. Like I drank too much last night. What are we even looking for?
There was the magic item shop. We wanted to stop. It's a general store and make sure there weren't any random supplies we wanted. And we had intended to look at mounts just in case. I think we had not decided the direction we were heading. And this is
Right.
Obviously at the same time they are deciding on a ship. So we have not had that conversation that they want to go by boat
All right.
at this point.
Well, we knew it was both a possibility. Right?
It was, yeah, they were both
Yeah.
a possibility, but we were supposed to look into mounts, and it
Yeah.
sounds like last game, basically concurrent with what we're doing right now, they decided it'll likely be ship, but we're still going to be looking at mounts because we don't know that yet. So,
Well, I could use some snacks. So should we do the general store first?
yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Let's go get some snacks and some general items and provisions. We're gonna need something to carry this around with, though. I think we're loading up for a little bit
Well, we could always have it delivered if we go that route.
to the inn. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Where are we heading to for a general store?
well, that's a good question. I think we're going to have to ask somebody, Mr. Chatty.
Are we still in the inn? Can we ask the barkeep?
We can ask the barkeep on the way out. Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well.
What was their name?
The barkeep didn't give you guys a name last night.
Barkeep, we're looking for some provisions. We're heading out into the cold. Where would you recommend fair prices and quality goods?
For fair prices, man, you see him ponder.
Never
and
winter.
kinda,
All
right.
200 miles south.
Right.
He goes, Elia. She has some of the better prices in town. If you tell her I sent you, she'll probably give you a little bit better of a deal.
Ooh.
I'm going to admit to you now, in confidence, and I hope you're not upset about this. I over-imbibed last night, and you're going to need to remind me of your name.
He looks to you, and he says, "My name is Serena." Is that a name that you tend to forget often, or?
I tend to forget everything when I've had too much.
We hit it pretty hard last night, so
It's like
apologies.
I witnessed.
It was
That was
comfy
quite the
bed.
imbibement you had.
It
Hell
was
yeah,
a
Merriman.
long journey and a nice, relaxing evening at a very safe place. So thank you for that.
It's like, well, that's what we aim to provide here at the One-Eyed Jacks.
I think it was a good night, but I can't be certain. But we're still here, and so
You haven't kicked us out yet.
yep. All right, so Ellis, magical items. If we're planning on doing a little adventure, and any place you recommend we can go hit up some magical items?
So there's not much here in Luskin. We a lot of that gets traded further south, but Barry, he might have what you're looking for at the Mystical Emporium and Haircuts.
Mystical Emporium and Haircuts, did you say?
Yeah, Barry's Mystical Emporium and Haircuts. His haircuts are magical. Some might say.
Question:
I was just going to
How-
ask if they were magical haircuts.
How are his mustache waxes? Are they particularly good?
And you look
That's
at
not a
him,
euphemism. I know I'm a bard, but
right? You look at him and you look at his mustache, and like it's a beautifully groomed, like red, like flame red mustache and whatnot. He's like,
one sec.
this, you see this? Yeah, Barry does magical wonders with it.
Magic hands, magic haircuts. All right, sold on it. One last thing
Magic items.
before we get out of your hair. Mounts,
Mounts.
sturdy mounts, brave the cold. Either for riding or likely more for pack.
I mean, if you're looking for horses or mules, essentially. I mean, like you're kind of looking at if you check out the Griffin's post, kind of over by the just outside of the bridge across from the North Gate, that he'll be able to help you. I'm failing on his name offhand. And he thinks about it and he says Azat. Azat at the Griffins will be able to help you out. So
Thank you.
We head to Elias.
Head out? Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
go this first.
in which, so we are on the north bank, right? Right
yes, you
Okay.
guys are in.
Right
I
there,
believe that
yeah.
building.
now. And he gave us a general location of each place, right?
Yeah. So I mean, the Griffin's post is
There.
kind of over here, outside of the gate. And that's where you're gonna find any mounts or kind of if you want somebody to take care of your mounts, that's where you generally go. That's where the farrier
Okay.
is. And he said, Barry's is kind of down here,
Uh-huh.
and Elia's is kind of around the corner up in this area.
Okay. So yeah, we can hit those in order then. And where was the shitty part of town? We were told by Nicola. There's a part of town we wanted to avoid.
Oh, I mean, like
Captain's Court?
the captain's court area is where more of the lower high captains generally tend to reside, which is where he was trying to avoid / where he went to go find Thoria earlier in the day.
Okay.
He said that the Kurth captain generally kind of lives out in this Cutlass Island area. So
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, we're not going anywhere we don't need to be then. Okay. We should head
Elias.
to Ella's then.
okay. So you guys head over to Elia's and crossing the bridge, you guys get to the other side, and the town is just kind of, I don't want to say run down, but it's definitely not, it's the best way I can describe it, a pirate town. And how like the rambunctious people in the streets are, and you see kind of people passed out in the street, still inebriated from the night before.
I will keep an eye and an ear out for thieves' cant, which is, sometimes there's symbols, sometimes it's the way people are talking, but it's just a way to identify
Also thieves
seedy
too.
elements.
We're
right.
likely gonna be getting our pockets picked.
I was expecting as much. I think last game I did specifically state that I rearranged all my items so that
Yes.
they were harder to find.
Your morning ritual.
Yeah.
Is there something specific that you're looking for in Thieves' Cant, or?
No, just if I pick something up, if the DM decides he wants to slip something into the adventure.
Okay.
Sounds good. He's listening for it.
Sounds good. I mean, it's still relatively early in the morning, and the city of Luskin is still kind of starting to wake up at this point. So, but you guys make it across
Get
the
up
bridge.
so
and,
early.
I mean, you guys are up late comparatively
Yeah.
to when you normally get up. But the city is still
Still
It's a
hanging.
pirate town. There's a bunch of shit-faced pirates all over the ground.
Yeah.
They're night owls. Night
Suddenly, I
pirates.
don't feel like I'm the worst off around here. That's not too
Mm,
bad.
Right.
And you're like downright like royalty
bunch
around
of-
here.
Bunch of seafarers on shore leave all over the ground. Har har.
and looking around, you guys eventually come to the sign above the street that says that indicates that you've come to Elia's shop.
Excellent.
All right, let's go in.
After you.
What do we see?
Okay, walking in the door, you guys see a relatively nice, kind of simple shop. You see a female elf standing behind the counter. She looks like she might have weapons hidden about to kind of ward off any shenanigans that may try and come into her shop. She
One-
looks
one
like
hand
she
under the
shotgun
counter.
under the bar type
Right,
she
situation.
definitely
hand
looks like
under
she
the
could handle
counter.
herself.
Okay. We're talking like shotgun under the bar and like a bunch of daggers or
Yeah,
crossbow. I guess it'd be a heavy crossbow or
You
something
think
like that.
that you probably want to mind your manners here in her shop.
Sure. Your
Just kidding
P's
that
and
you
your
get.
Q's.
Good morning, Elia. We're travelers passing through. We just got off a boat, and we are looking to stock up on provisions for some adventures out into the cold north. So we're looking for provisions, maybe a hangover cure because we partied a little hard last night, and any other things you might want to recommend and show us.
I'd also be interested in unique odds and ends, like you said.
Without missing a beat, she immediately tosses 1, 2, 3 in quick succession eggs towards you guys. And you guys,
Wait.
what do you guys do? Do you guys try and catch them?
I am.
I will try to catch them.
All right, roll me a dexterity check.
I'll make my deck safe.
All right, a dex save, yeah.
I want to try to catch it with my mouth.
Oh,
Alright.
I might still have the shell on.
No, I'm not raging. I'm not enraged by the egg.
I caught it.
Oh, Monty did got it.
Oh, you did caught as well.
Did
All
caught.
right. You guys all successfully catch the eggs, and she goes, "Well, if it's a hangover cure you're looking for, these eggs, I tell you, they cure my hangover every morning."
So I caught it in my mouth, and I'll just like crunch it and eat it, shell and all.
Oh,
She looks
yeah.
to you impressed. Like you've caught her eye, and she is, "Oh, well, why aren't you the curious lot who's come into my shop today this morning?" And what did you say your name was? Looking to you, Monty.
Montana Jones. Friends call me Monty, and you can call me Monty too. We were sent here by Serena the barkeep. He sent us here to load up on provisions for adventure. Spent the last night in his wonderful inn, and so pleasure to meet you.
She ponders for a second. She goes, "Serena, that old fuck." He's
That old fuck.
That's the one. I like this. I like this vendor already,
So you guys stayed at the One-Eyed Jack's last night, I see.
and I still
Ah.
have all my
I
limbs.
think so. It's a little fuzzy.
She says, well, it's quite the place that Serena has going over there. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your night. And you said you're looking for provisions. You're heading up north.
Yeah, maybe
like over to
tent
Mirabar?
shelter. Yes,
Um,
Mirabar, 10 towns, that region.
Yeah, whatever would be the closest 10 towns
Mm.
location.
And she says, well, Mirabar is like north and like east, and like 10 towns is like north and west. So like, you're going to 10
Well, then
towns?
toward 10 towns. Toward 10 towns,
towns.
yes.
Well, don't we go through? I gotta look at a map. I would know this, but
No,
I don't.
Mirabar
I don't know
is if you take the trail, the road east out of Luskin,
it goes
um,
through Mirabar, doesn't it?
it goes to Mirabar.
Yeah, no, we're going north.
Yeah.
He's here. She's like, oh, well, that's mighty brave of you guys to head up to 10 towns. It's been a while since we've had much trade come through there, since the pass is almost near impassable. If you don't mind my pun. And she seems a little bit literal with her punniness.
The path isn't. Got it.
That isn't.
The pass isn't.
And
What else have you heard about that pass? Has anybody at all recently came through? You said you didn't get much trade, but have you heard any word from anyone from 10 towns?
There's not much that comes through from up there anymore. Our Scrimshaw trade has all but dried up. But are you guys traders? Are you guys looking for a job, or?
We're always looking for jobs. If you have any need for something on the way, when we are passing up through there for a variety of reasons. So some business, I don't know if you'd call it pleasure this far north, but we've got some. We're heading that way. If you have some jobs for us,
I'm always looking for more Scrimshaw to sell in the shop here. That shit sells off the shelves here.
I am not of this area. Scrimshaw is what?
And she says Scrimshaw is, and you see her kind of pull out this
it's my principal.
beautiful looking piece of artwork that is, and as you go to inspect it, she kind of holds it up for you to look at it, but not to hold. It's pretty valuable to her. And you see this intricate kind of black paint carved into this almost like ivory type bone piece of artwork, kind of depicting the some sort of like sea monster grabbing hold of a ship, and she's like, Scrimshaw takes all shapes and forms, but the Scrimshaw that comes from the Knucklehead Trout out of Bryn Shander and kind of the 10 towns area is the most immaculate Scrimshaw in the continent here.
Is that bone? I mean, you said knucklehead trout, so I have to assume, but
Oh,
I don't know.
she said that you don't know about the Knucklehead Trout. Well, the Knucklehead Trout are these gigantic fish with bulbous heads on them, and the heads and the bones from these Knucklehead Trout are sought after for their hardiness in being able to carve into the paint into here.
Okay.
Do you have a contact you usually do trading with up there, and we can? I mean, you want us to facilitate and broker a shipment back here to you, or bring some back with us, or we don't. I don't know when we'll be passing back through, so it could be some time, but.
She says most of my contacts were up in Lonelywood, having some of the better Scrimshaw artists up in that area. and she kind of pauses for a second, and she kind of grabs down into her booklet, and she goes, she's kind of scrolling through her pages, and she goes, Zebulon was a male halfling up in Lonelywood. He was my main contact for kind of trading of his scrimshaw down in my shop here.
The fuck is the name of this town again?
Lonelywood?
Or Luskin. Oh,
No, Luskin.
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 I don't know if my accent gave it away, but I'm not from these parts and sometimes forget myself. I apologize. Thank you for humoring me.
We'll keep an eye out. But what specifically job do you want us to do? We can broker a deal and a shipment, like I said. We can, maybe broker something to be sent down and sent over, by boat or ship, or we can help facilitate that.
There's not many ships that are dealing with trades so much up in that area. The waters are pretty treacherous, and most of the ships that go up that way are mostly taking prisoners up to Revel's End. If you're brave enough to make the pass along the trail, the 10 trail, and bring back a shipment of scrimshaw, I would pay very handsomely.
I'm sorry, did you say Rebel's End? What is that?
Revel's End? You don't know of Revel's End, do you?
I don't. We're going to go in loops here if you don't understand. I'm not from this area.
She says Revel's End is a
It's like a prison colony. Okay.
A prison along the edge of the world. It's located on the cliffside of the Sea of Moving Ice, outside of 10 Towns. That's the Lord's Alliance sends most of their unwanted up to Revel's End.
Sure. Is there an ice wall that I assume they serve on, or?
I mean, there's a wall to protect them, if that's what you're asking.
They dress in really, really dark gray or dark purple.
Right.
Well, how else are you going to absorb the heat from the sun?
Right, the heat.
Little sun
Yeah, makes
They-
sense.
is up
They
there.
watch in the evenings most nights. All
I'd say,
right.
They watch it all hours.
Yeah, all time.
All your references are going right over her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we're not from the same place. I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we can help you out here. It is going to be a bit of a treacherous journey, like you mentioned, and any upfront, payment on here would help us secure, enable our passage and make sure we do it. Can we do partial down and a partial when we complete it? That sort of scenario. Or you might want to,
She
let us
goes-
know the details.
The clientele that have come through my shop are not very trustworthy. If I were to give them a down payment, and if you happen to come back through Luskin, I would be more than happy to buy whatever scrimshaw that you have you bring back through town.
What sort of markup? Because I mean, I don't want to go up and plunk a whole bunch of scrimshaw money down on scrimshaw out of my own pocket, right? So
We don't even have to. Like, let's see what we see, and if it's a good price up there, we'll bring it back. And if it doesn't happen, no harm, no foul.
Exotic is the worst poker face. When you're like, "Can you give us money up front?" He just kind of looks and goes,
Well, you're asking us to for a shipment, right? So I mean, if you want us to pick you up a big haul,
"Oh, it's not like
She-
we won't
she's
be able to
only-
sell it
she's-
elsewhere."
oh, she's just saying she'll give us a good deal on it if we bring some back through.
She's saying that she will pay you handsomely if you bring back scrimshaw. So
Got it. Duly noted. All right.
What's a
Definitely
good
keep an eye
price
on it.
for it if we do end up looking for it? Just so
Uh,
that we know, so we can bring it back, and then we will
uh,
move on.
she says, she kind of like shows off like her prize piece that she showed you earlier, and she says, this piece, if I were to sell it, would sell for about 5,000 gold.
Wow.
Is that
To the right buyer. No, that's not the price that I would pay up in Lonelywood, but and that's not the price that I would pay you here in my shop. But for a number of pieces, they could easily fetch 1,000 gold here in my shop.
okay?
In
So
the Antiques
and
Roadshow.
she clearly demonstrates what is good versus bad scrimshaw. I'm assuming, and then we can move on.
All right, so we can know.
Yeah, she gives you a little bit of an idea.
Okay. Is there anything that stands out at you as unique in this shop, or standard fare for the most part, other than the scrimshaw, which might be outside of our price range?
She goes, I mean, is there and most of the things I sell here in the shop, scrimshaw. If you're looking for warm clothing, I have kind of everything that you'll need from that aspect. Magical items, that's not something I generally delve into. That's a little bit beyond my purview.
That's not what I was asking for, just anything unique to the store. Otherwise, book stuff, I assume, is what's here.
Yeah, anything that you want in the standard book could be
Okay,
available here.
all right.
So we should get provisions, like a tent, climbing gear.
Yeah, we should get, I mean, and I don't know, I guess I don't know what the cost
Alice.
otherwise is, but let's see what I have on my person.
I've got a 1-person tent, but we should probably get something a little more robust.
Yeah. I think I've got a sleeping bag type thing. So is most of this stuff rated for the cold? I've heard it is just wicked bad up there.
It's rated for most of our most standard cold. It should withstand the, from my understanding, the brutal cold of Icewind Dale. But that being said, that cold is almost magical in nature, and I have no guarantees that it will last as long as a typical winter. It will allow you to last outside as long as in a typical winter day.
That makes sense. I was under the impression I had a bedroll or whatever it's called, and I apparently do not. So I will at least find something of a cold rating bedroll for myself at the
Okay.
very least. And then
Should get is there a tent that would sleep 7, or should we look for something that would break us up into a couple?
I mean, I don't know.
She
That's-
looks
what
at
do
you
you
and
have
she
for
said,
tents?
a tent that sleeps 7?
I'm sure a
Yeah.
couple of tents is what we'll need.
Are you a Goliath in your party, or
We have a bigger party, right? So pretty good group, but we don't have a Goliath. No, I mean, I think pretty well standard.
You take her comment as more of a joke, as a tent that to sleep 7 would be a gigantic tent.
Gigantic tent.
Yeah. She's like, most tents are 2-person tents here that we sell.
That makes sense.
We'll take like 3 or 4 of them then.
We should take an inventory. You're the only one who has a tent, is that correct?
I think that's what he came down to, because everybody else
Okay.
was in. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just looking at my character sheet and it says 1-person tent in it. So that's what I
Yeah,
was going
we
off
should.
of.
We need tents and bedrolls for sure.
Mhm.
Well, I've got a bedroll.
I do not even have a bedroll. I don't know. Outside of character, people already gave us a shopping list for magic items. Is it safe to assume we got a normal items shopping list?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they can speak right now
Okay,
what they
so
want.
who has bedrolls and who has tents? You
One
have a-
bedroll, no tent.
Okay.
Do you have any of these items?
I don't feel as though I require any of them.
As long as you
Just
don't
kind of-
feel
kind of
cold,
his
then that's
requirement.
fine.
Well, innately resistant to cold damage, so I feel like cold will
Resistant is
bother me.
not immune.
I'd say immune. Resistant to cold damage is a hardiness to cold, I assume.
Resistant is not immune.
But do you have resistance to hard, lumpy sleeping surfaces?
There are such things as extreme temperature environments, which are different than straight up damage.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Okay, so we have two
Feel like
bedrolls,
four, 5 then.
right?
Bedrolls, and then 3 tents.
And
Two-person
then
tents.
and you're the only one with a tent, correct? No one else
Yeah.
has a tent. Okay.
Yeah, mine's specifically a 1-person, so
Okay, so we're gonna need at least
3 tents, right?
3 tents, yeah, and
5 bedrolls.
yeah, 5 bedrolls. So
I think it's odd that we don't all have bedrolls, but whatever.
it is weird. Well, some people are decked out for city dungeoneering,
Hmm,
and they don't come with bedrolls then,
yeah,
because you don't need them.
cool. And then
Uh,
climbing gear, couple sets of climbing gear. I'm assuming might come in handy.
I've got so much
Peter.
rope.
Pitons and crampons and
Yep.
stuff like
Should
that.
we get an extra set or 2 of cold weather gear just in case?
I think we should. Likelihood this is gonna get
Yeah.
destroyed is, I don't know.
Destroyed or someone falls
non-zero.
in something wet or something, we can just pull
Yeah.
the dry stuff out. So yeah,
Okay, so
Snowshoes.
snowshoes.
well,
good
are
call.
we getting those here or are we gonna get those a little closer to snow country? Like this stuff we can get here because it's fairly generic.
Probably cheaper here too.
Yeah,
So
well, for the bedrolls and
snowshoes,
stuff,
like
but-
there's, I mean, if you're waiting to buy further north, like there's not many places further north for you to buy snowshoes.
Okay,
Good
so
marketer.
7 sets of snowshoes, I guess.
Alright.
And we said, okay, so we said 5 bedrolls, 3 tents. What was it? What did we say? Climbing gear.
And the snowshoes, yeah, and the bedrolls, and then
Pitons,
we should-
crampons.
should get some food too, rations.
Well, yeah, but we don't know what direction we're going, so we don't know how much food we're gonna need because the ship's gonna be faster than land travel.
Yeah, but I mean, again, the stuff's going to become scarcer and more expensive the farther north we go. So
Yeah.
if we're on a ship, we can haul more.
Yeah.
We're
Any sort
traveling,
of
we're going to need more.
traveling ration.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat the kind of food that makes you not shit for a week. Pitons, crampons.
I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
you
You
eat
guys,
pitons and crampons. You're really not going to ship for a week.
I'll be right back.
Anyways.
You guys keep talking. I'll use the bathroom real quick. So
Good luck. We're all
but
counting on you.
Make your list. Let me know what you guys, and then mark off whatever you guys buy.
We'll do the haggling too, Keelan. Don't worry about it. We'll get this right.
we'll
No
give
haggling.
ourselves a real nice price.
And Rhiannon, did you mark off the 500 gold that you paid to
Last time, did we?
She paid out, yeah.
the Dolmen start? Okay,
Yeah, you did pay out. So.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
then-
Just making sure.
You guys keep talking about tampons, but I'm not due to get my cycle.
As this is made out of
Oh.
solid iron, I don't think it's as absorbent as you're hoping it would be.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is iron
not the-
involved.
There
Well,
is.
yeah,
But you eat.
But you're
you
losing
eat-
it, not
yeah,
gaining it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a reverse, and it's not a suppository.
Always raging. Always raging.
Always raging. Always.
God.
Uh,
7 sets of
we got that recorded for
snowshoes.
posterity. That's great. Alice, anything you want out of here?
Well,
Alice,
she
you
already
probably
said she
should get
wanted
some
tampons.
shoes.
Some shoes. No, I wasn't wearing them in the inn, but we got boots with the winter gear from
Oh,
the
nice.
Santa expedition, so I don't like to wear shoes, but I'll wear them.
All right, so I'm gonna give
Suppose
him
I
this
would've
list,
noticed
and we
that,
can
but I
do the
didn't know that.
probably do the math later, so that when he gets back, we can move on.
Yeah.
5 bedrolls, 3 tents, climbing gear, pitons, crampons, 7 sets of snowshoes, and 2 sets of winter gear, right?
And rations.
Oh, and rations. Yep.
And a bag of
Um,
holding.
And a bag of holding. Right. We're gonna need that for this shit.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Is there anything else like we would have discussed about cold weather survival? You got any Boy Scouts in the group here?
I know fuck all about cold weather survival.
Yep, same here. I'm out.
Out of character. He is a warm climate dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kohi and I are both from the subtropics.
Yep. And
Yeah, I've been trying to dig up to see if he's warm-blooded or cold-blooded, and it doesn't exactly say.
You don't know?
Yeah,
Let's go with
it's gonna.
warm-blooded so you don't die.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be super.
I know
did-
water's a big problem. Is the only thing. Like that's the only thing I could think of.
Up
as well.
north.
Like,
I
yeah.
feel like we could just melt shit though, right?
Yeah,
like
and
we
then-
got
You'd
magic
think,
up the
but-
wazoo.
Well, yeah.
He's getting no bag of holding.
Well,
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
I
Kohi
understand
make
that.
Water?
Oh, he can,
I
but it
think
may
he has.
instantly
I
be
can create
frozen.
food and I can create water too. Yep.
Yeah. Heat and water are going to be challenges, and you need the heat to get the water. So
Yeah,
it
but
depends
it's
on how
bonfire.
crazy we're going to
Yeah,
be.
prestidigitation. They can make a little flame.
Yep, we have all
great
we have
bonfire, right?
fuckloads of
Nicola?
stuff. Yep. All right, so Keelan, we've got a list. I can maybe we
25
can-
gold.
Done.
Everything
Yeah.
sold. I was gonna say we have a list we can work out.
I know
Um,
tents are 2 gold per person. I looked that up, and it kind of based everything else off of that. So
Okay.
Cool.
So 25
Awesome. That
gold
was good.
total is what you're proposing.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not even going to
Uh,
haggle that one. That's
Yeah,
cool.
no, we'll take it. I'll pay that out of pocket. Rations for 7 people. We're gonna say climb.
We get, does that include the rations, Keelan?
Sure.
That includes the rations, right? Yeah. There we go. We haggled.
How many rations are you getting? For 3
what do
rations,
we-
sure.
3 rations.
It's 7
We have our
rations for
Goliath.
7.
You,
We'll
you
say
have,
rations
I'll-
for
I'll-
7.
I'll just say-
Goliath,
I'll
our
just say-
Goliath eats.
whatever you want to buy for rations, you don't know how long you're going to be on the trail for right now.
No, I
Well,
know.
it'd
Be
a-
it
well,
ship or be it hiking,
how much?
right?
How much does a
Yeah.
fucking ration weigh?
There is a, you add rations to your inventory, you add 15 of them, and they think they weigh, I don't know. Pound each.
Rations 1 day is 2 pounds. Fuck me.
Fuck.
Shit.
I was gonna say, oh, like a month's worth would be great
Right?
for each person. Fuck.
That's
God,
5
that's a-
silver pieces per ration. So I have gold.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna send you the list, and we can work out the math.
How many rations did you put per person on there?
I just said rations for 7 people. I don't know.
For
Fucking
7
2
days?
pounds for 30 days is a fuckload, but 7 days would be reasonable, I'd think, right?
We could stretch it too, probably. And I'm sure we
Well,
can.
yeah, you can
yeah,
find stuff to
hunt.
kill and eat,
Yeah.
or
Fish.
eat pine
Okay.
cones or something.
I'm good with that. Okay. We'll do that and we'll sort it out later. Anything else she wants to flash our way? Show us?
She doesn't
Dazzle
seem
us
like
with?
she's got anything special.
I don't know.
She said, unless you're looking to buy some scrimshaw, the last scrimshaw that I have. That's
Um,
about all I
hoping to
have here in my
sell you
shop
some
here.
Scrimshaw
Do
in a
you-
little while.
what does she have any that's less than 5,000 gold? Like any of the cheap stuff? Maybe a little icon, little
Pipe,
thing.
little ivory pipe.
She
a
doesn't
Luskin
pull
souvenir.
out an ivory pipe, but she does pull out kind of like the small little necklace medallion that is kind of intricately carved with like a whale insignia on it, or what kind of looks like a whale insignia at first glance, but kind of looking closer at it, kind of looks more like what she described as the knucklehead trout.
Okay.
And she says, a piece like this, I'll sell it to you for 50 gold.
Can I make I don't know what that would be, some kind of check to see what the value of it is, or an insight check to see if she's trying to. thrift
You can make
me?
an insight check. Sure, go ahead.
All right.
Guy who knows nothing about knucklehead trout.
No, but I know value of items. Like it's my whole goddamn job to steal shit. Is 50 a fair price for whatever she's offering?
50 is a pretty fair price. You think that with an item like this, it would give you a little bit more, not necessarily clout, but maybe a little bit more information if you were to go to Lonely Wood seeking out Zebulon.
Yeah, you know what?
for
I'll
trade-
pick it up.
Scrimshaw trade.
It looks neat, and I have gold to burn. 50.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay. What should I list that as?
A scrimshaw
Knucklehead
necklace.
scrimshaw necklace. Okay. Add custom.
Scrimshaw necklace plus 2 AC. Got it.
All right.
Scrimshaw
Edit.
necklace of protection. Got it.
How the fuck do you spell scrimshaw? I'll Google it.
SCRIMSHAW.
I got it right.
I'm impressed.
This whole evening to me sounds like you were talking to Isley and you were like, Isley, what's a funny word? And she was like, I don't know, scrimshaw. And you were like, okay, let me shoehorn scrimshaw into my dialogue.
Focal point,
that is a
everything
real
around it.
like up north thing.
Yeah, it's like an Inuit.
Yeah.
Like
It's
piece of
usually, is it walrus bone that they carve it on
walrus
normally?
tusk, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's sorry, tusk bone.
Yeah.
Silly me. All right. Well, thank you for your sharing this information with us. On top of the magic items and everything that we'll be looking for elsewhere, is there either a library? I mean, it's a pirate town, so I doubt it, but or bookstore or something of that nature.
Tick burn, bro.
Well, she's already said that she's prepped for fucking combat in a grocery store.
She goes, bookstore. If you're looking for spell scrolls, I mean,
No, just information. You know, more knowledge of the North, knowledge of anything, knowledge in general.
most knowledge comes here with a price and knowing the right people. Most of that knowledge is generally held in the host tower of the Arcane here in Luskin. If you
Them guys.
if there's something specific that you're looking for, I might be able to help. But
just some more information about the North, or kind of what's going on there, things we might encounter, stuff like that.
if you're looking for rumors, I
Is that
tell you
too
lots of
not too
rumors
bad?
of the North. But for actual knowledge, there's not much information that's been coming out of the North of late.
So the rumors are for sale, you say?
I mean, I can tell you the rumors. He's like, I mean, like the Yetis, the owl bears, the
Vulnerable snow monsters, Bigfoots,
and
aliens.
she's like, there's the rumors of sacrifices, the rumors of people going missing in the night up there. It sounds like it's quite the tumultuous times up in 10 Towns right now.
Well, that's good to know. All right. Well,
But
Thank
they're
you
hardy
for-
folk up there. They tend to hold their own relatively well.
well, I'm hoping we don't find a fuckload of ghost towns, so that's good to know.
It's like, for my business sake too, I hope you don't find a fuckload of ghost towns either.
We'll see what we can find for you, and he'll hold up his little knucklehead trout. And I think I am done here. Is there anything else you guys wanted to look at? We will, I guess, negotiate for the items that I sent you a list for, to maybe have it delivered, or see if we can have someone pick up the stuff, because that's a shitload of stuff to carry around town.
She says, you're looking to have this delivered to the One-Eyed Jacks? I can have that be done.
That would
Or-
be good.
5
Thank you.
gold. 5 gold, per se.
Oh, I think we can do that.
25% delivery fee.
I'll pay
Okay,
5% delivery fee. I don't know if you understand exactly how much of a discount we just got.
I know.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pay it out of pocket here for that, and
I
say
didn't
that
realize
sounds good.
DoorDash was that bad.
Yeah. Right. Fuck haggling. I don't think you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
marked
don't
the-
know if.
I marked the 25 gold off of my sheet, so
Oh,
you
okay.
guys don't gotta worry
Cool.
about it. But
Thank you.
if you pay the 5, whatever.
Yeah, I
can
paid the
offer my credit, I
5
don't
and
care.
picked up the scrimshaw thing. All right. Let's head to. I think the magic shop is next. Thank you
Yes.
for the pleasant company. That was delightful.
Anytime. feel free to come back.
We'll let you know about that scrimshaw. Thank you.
We will look into it.
Mhm.
All right.
Right.
On to Mystical Emporium and haircuts.
All right, heading around the corner, you guys see a big sign kind of overhanging the door. Reads out Barry's Mystical Emporium and Haircuts. And
Is it like a barber pole? It looks like it's got like fireworks coming out of it and then a mustache.
that's exactly what it looks like, actually.
I knew it.
I mean,
knew it.
if you could read this, I mean, that's exactly what it says.
For sure, that's what it said.
If you could read this, I freeze
Barber's
framed it
pole-
there. I
the
got a
barber's
screen
pole
capture and
looks
it does.
kind of like a staff, sort of, I imagine.
A little bit similar, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You see the resemblance.
Sure. This guy looks like a wizard who also does barbering. Neat.
So you guys head inside, and behind the
Very
door, you guys see this large, kind of burly man with a kind of an apron on, and he says, "Welcome to Barry's. Are you here for a cut and a shave?"
I've heard you sell both a cut and a shave and mystical items. I think we might be interested in both.
Yeah, we're open for all these, Barry. Serena recommended you highly over at the One-Eyed Jack.
That is true.
Well, I'm glad Serena. He knows his things. His beard does magical wonders.
I saw it. It was doing shots on its own last night. I mean,
It was glorious. It's true.
He says, for a cut and a shave, it'd be 2 gold, and for the lady, I have 1 gold.
Yes, please.
And he's like, I can get you into the chair right now. And he motions to the 3 empty chairs that he has in front of him. You sit down.
3
I
at
do.
once.
yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll
Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to think of what Quixotic's gonna do to his fucking hair. Because it's just a mess right now.
It's like, actually, for you, my fellow, it's gonna be 5.
Well,
And with you guys sit down in the chairs and kind of lean back a little bit. And with he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden, the kind of, what's it called? The barber
unseen servant.
capes kind of come around and wrap around you guys to kind of protect you guys from hair cuttings, and kind of one by one the scissors come flying out of the tool holders and begin cutting hair, and you see there's pieces of hair flying every which direction, combs going, and Barry's just kind of standing there as if he's directing an orchestra. And after about 5 minutes or so, you guys, Barry kind of goes, and one last big thing, and as he brings his hands down, kind of everything heads back to its
Splits our
tool
throats and we
holders,
all die.
and you guys are left sitting in the chairs and you guys kind of look at each other, afraid before to turn, but now looking at each other, you guys see just these wonderful, nice, clean cut haircuts. And Alice, Alice, describe how your hair looks.
So the it's just like kind of falling around my face in gentle waves, and there's like nice layers. It's shiny. Some of the deep purple is like glistening, like they're yeah, it's looking healthy. I
And
see that mane and tail
the deep
shampoo.
purple, as it glistens, you turn your head and it catches the light, and you get almost like this iridescent sheen that wasn't necessarily there before.
Cool.
It's got a little bit of a magical sheen to it. And Monty, what does your haircut look like?
Monty has, so he has a hat normally, right? But he took it off, and now he has a flowing mane that's kind of just windswept, not like super long, right? But like it's got enough.
cat.
What? All my
Aren't you
what?
or aren't you a goddamn cat?
I am not a cat. I'm a variant human. I feel like this is gonna come up like every 5 episodes.
I've got
Like
a
every-
flowing
every
mane. I'm
5
not
episodes.
a cat.
I
Meow.
definitely thought you were fucking with us
It was
when you
it was
said a
punny.
flowing
It was a
mane.
little
Okay,
punny
okay,
though.
okay.
But yeah, no. We're gonna roll with it though.
All
But
right,
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
It's so good. You know, it's so the hair's so good. I'm not gonna put my hat on for like the rest of the day.
Oh
And
man.
the mustache, you know, so it's a tight one, right? It's not big, but it's very crisp, you know. And then the kind of the rest of the beard is very chiseled, very sharp and pristine, and yeah. So
Crisp and stuff.
All right.
Tight,
Was
tight
that
like a Michael Jordan mustache? or-
Michael Jordan. Let me find a
Yes.
good picture of it. I'll put a good picture up.
What does your haircut look like?
Oh, mine was just kind of frazzled before, and Quixotic, quite frankly, doesn't want to take too much hair off because he's ready for winter. He's thoroughly prepared for it to just be fucking cold. So it was literally just like a trim and like a styling, and it's
Alright.
kind of forward, not even gelled, just less fuzzy, less split ends.
All right.
It was an easy 2 gold for him.
All right. And he
I like
says,
the idea of it being like a video game barber where like your hair just goes longer and shorter as you rifle through different hairstyles.
Yeah, exactly.
Styles, like beards going in and out, mustaches, then it's all gone.
It was fun.
all right. So with these immaculate haircuts, Perry says, well, now that we got the fun part taken care of, what you said you're looking for magical items as well.
Yes, that would be nice. I have to assume that this Magic Emporium has them.
Well, you have definitely come to the right spot.
Thank goodness.
He's like, well, I have
The mustache.
Mustache questions.
Ooh, that's solid.
Oh.
It's a little. It's
Ooh.
academic enough, a little bit, right?
I like it.
At 2, he'd be a handsome man.
No, but that's
Oh.
not a foreign name.
That's
Is that
not a-
Shia LaBeouf?
And it looks very mainline.
I have no idea who that is.
That is not Shia
That's
LaBeouf.
not Shia
Some
LaBeouf.
probably some model of some sort.
Did
Is
you
that-
find
is
Michael
that,
Jordan's mustache?
Is that the new Monty? That's the new Monty. Nice.
all right.
I googled waxed mustache, and that was one of the ones that came up. A lot of weird ones came up too, by the way. But
Yeah, be careful with googling that.
yeah, I know.
God.
All right. So Barry says, if you're looking for potions, I have a few. If you're looking for suits, clothing, I have a few things. If you're looking for weapons, I got a thing or two. And if you're looking for, I might have a few other things if there's something else that you guys are looking for.
Yeah, let's just run the gambit. We'll start with some magic items and we'll end with the potions, I say.
That's good. We gotta start with the Oxfords and there's some wingtips, maybe monk straps.
Okay. It
Rope.
says
I mean,
potions. I have. He kind of pulls out from behind the counter these 2 little potions, like these 2 little vials, and one is that traditional red-looking vial that you guys have known to come and to love. He's like, this one will make you feel better, and this one will make you climb better.
In the climbing one, tell me about this again.
He says, this one is a potion of climbing. Drink this,
does that do?
and it will make you climb better.
Does it give you a climb speed or does it just give you advantage on checks?
It gives you climbing speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour.
oh, that's
You also have advantage on athletics checks to make your climb. So
Okay. And what's the how much are you selling both of those for?
the climbing, 65 gold, and the potions of healing, 65 gold.
okay. Let's set those aside. Well, in the maybe pile. Well, what else do we
Yep.
got?
And you see him kind of bring out and put on the counter that he's standing behind now, and you see this kind of like long-looking javelin-looking sort of item, and kind of inscribed upon it, you see lightning bolts. And he goes, "This one, this one is quite the tricky thing. You got to have the ability to throw this, but when you do," and he goes, you hear like the sound of distant thunder off in the outside as he snaps his fingers. He goes, "There's a little bit of shocking awe that happens when you throw this javelin." And you see a javelin of lightning on the table in front of you.
That's Alice, is that something that sounds like something that you might be interested in? But let's keep going.
Yeah.
And we'll circle back.
In the metagaming aspect, it was for you to have a ranged weapon, but you also have that wand that automatically hits, which is kind of huge for your range.
Yeah, that's
as a
true.
ranged weapon.
Depending on the price, I probably can't afford the javelin anyway, but
Well,
I might not
we'll-
need it.
Gotten to that haggling part yet? So
we're circle back, yeah.
It's a maybe. I mean, it's a maybe. It looks neat, looks flashy, but you know.
I think it also returns, which is also important because then you don't have to worry about fucking finding a lightning bolt off in the fucking mountains later.
Well, then you can like,
Fuck, where'd it go?
throw it
That'd be
again.
bad. Going
Kaboom! Fuck, where'd it go? I lost it. I lost
You
my
just gotta
goddamn
listen.
magic
You
item.
gotta like count the lightning, like thunder, and that. Okay, is the lightning getting closer? I must be getting closer to the javelin.
Yeah,
also,
It
avalanche.
does not. The javelin of lightning does not return to you.
So you have to go
Oh.
and find it every time you fucking throw it? Or does it
Yeah.
never leave your hand?
No, you have to make
You are
a ranged
Zeus.
weapon attack within 120 feet. I can just swipe that item on
Which is
DTT.
huge. 120
That
feet.
sounds
So
fucking
Don't
stupid.
yeet it off the side of a mountain.
So
Oh my god, that sounds.
Ooh, it
Wow.
does. 4d6 lightning damage.
Yeah, it's good.
Wait, on a failed, it's still half. That's yeah, cool, nice.
That's literally lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a lesser lightning bolt, but
okay, and
Okay.
as
Then
you guys
it's
are
a regular
oogling
javelin.
this javelin of lightning, he kind of pulls out this small. This time it's a small little bag, and in it he dangles it, and you hear three. Well, it sounds like three little rocks inside of it, and kind of as you look at as you he opens the bag and you guys kind of peer inside, you guys see three small little orange marble looking things, or ashen colored marbles, each kind of marked with a giant rune that glows in the embers of a dying fire.
Mm.
And these look to be, and he says, these marbles are quite the party trick. And you see him kind of pull them out, and he says a word, and you didn't quite catch it, but he begins juggling them up and down, and they light on fire. And he says, "You don't want to drop these things; they'll light the place up." And as he says the word again, and the marbles cease from being on fire.
Could we tell if they were actually putting off heat and they would, or is it more of a visual party trick?
You felt the heat
Okay.
as he kind of juggled them up in the air.
sure. What is that? The
Mhm.
bag that you're talking
Ember marbles.
about?
Ooh, on a hit takes 1d. Nice.
So you have a bag of ember marbles.
I
and
got all
you-
excited because I thought it was a bag of tricks for a second.
and he waves his hand over.
Charisma. So did you read that about the charisma and
I'm getting
performance
to
are
it.
made with advantage?
You essentially need to be juggling your flaming balls while you try to convince a guard to let you pass. You're like,
Yeah,
yes,
da, da, da,
but-
da,
Look what's going on
da, da.
here. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Cool, neat. That's
Yep.
a nice flair to it. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. And he kind of waves his hand over towards like the rack of suits that he has, and he goes, for the more mischievous types, who need a quick change of clothes. And you see him kind of snap his fingers, and one of the suits changes into looking like something else. And he snaps his finger again, and it changes again. And Quixotic, you recognize this immediately as a set of a shift weave suit.
Mhm. Okay.
So
Typically, I believe the shift weave has is it 5 outfits?
five
Right.
outfits that you can kind of pick what they are, but you gotta let me
Okay.
know if you end up buying it.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know what you're
Oh.
choosing. So
Probably still be interested. Yeah. All right.
you can use them once you buy it, or they are what they are.
I will say that it is what Quixotic wants it to be on this one.
Yeah. So, but once they're picked, they're static, I think, because it
Yes.
doesn't like it can't expand beyond the, or you can't change one out.
So aside from like the 3 sausages, what, Miller Park sausages, what are you gonna pick?
I do 2 of the sausages twice.
And he's like, and if you're looking for a little bit of shaving fun, and he kind of flips out this kind of straight edge razor, and he goes, my razors are well known within certain circles, and of protecting the people that they come to create a relationship with, and they will protect you
Mary's
for
razor.
many days and weeks and for the rest of your life, should you so choose to create that relationship with it.
Was this like a dancing sword?
Essentially.
Okay.
That is cool. Yeah, animated.
Yeah,
cool.
this is fucking neat.
How is there like a daily recharge rate on this guy too, or?
It's just when their owner is attacked. I assume it's a attunement. Yeah.
This is
Okay.
horrifying, like a whirling straight razor.
Yeah,
in the air.
yeah.
Good lord,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Wait.
terrifying.
It only does a D4, but that's still fucking like just
D4.
whips out.
Wait, dealing 2 1d4.
It does
Yeah,
1d4.
It's just a
It's-
D4.
Oh,
Yeah.
Two straight damage or a d4. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would,
as
I'm
a
sure, always
reaction,
roll.
but then anytime that the attacker is within the 5-foot range of it, until the attacker is dead, it does an additional. It does a D4 on the start of its
Nice.
turn.
Oh wow.
Is it an automatic D4? Or is it, does it roll every time?
has to
It
roll
rolls
every
every
time,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
Like Yondu's arrow, but it's a fucking straight razor.
That's
Yup.
badass. How many of those does he have?
He has one that he's
That he's willing to part with.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the razor, the shift weave, the javelin,
Stones,
Anything
the marbles.
and the marbles. Yep. Anything
You
else?
know that you have an improved version of Shiftweave waiting for you eventually.
I do. Yes, which is why I'm seriously considering that razor.
So
How much? So is he done kind of parading?
that's about all that he
Okay.
is looking to share at this point. So.
Yeah.
All
No, that's cool. Well, let's talk prices now. So I think a lot of these look interesting and useful. We have a budget. And so let's talk prices. And if
Says
you're open
everyone
for
has a
trading-
budget until you come to Mud Shop.
That is
Um,
true.
Let's kill
Is-
Bari.
He says the potions, climbing, I have 4 at about 65 gold apiece. The potion of healing, I have 2 at 65 gold apiece. The marbles, I'll sell for the low price of 450 gold. The suit is a low price of 65 gold.
I'm sorry, did you say 65?
65 gold.
Okay.
That's actually incredible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay, so it's listed as a common item. It doesn't
Yeah.
give you advantage on any checks.
Right,
It's,
it
it
just looks
is a
different.
flavored text item, essentially.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
baller-like-
fucking awesome flavor text
Yeah.
item.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's
Yeah.
why 65 gold is
Right.
what I had listed for that. The javelin
I wasn't
of
gonna
lightning.
correct you.
Yeah, no, that's actually supposed to be at least 2,000.
Yeah, right.
The javelin of lightning for the low price of 450 gold.
It's pretty affordable.
And for the
Oh,
razor,
no.
the razor is of my own design and making, and that with the magic that imbues into it is for the low price of 1,700 gold.
1700.
1700.
Okay. All right. Let us convene real quick. We will get back to you. And
I have
we'll
your
speak.
gold as well as 500 of mine to pay for things. I remember giving you 500 gold in case you saw something you wanted.
We will
Okay.
speak of this. We can step
So,
away for a minute and
Yeah,
we'll
he kind of starts putting everything away. He's like, "All right, well, let me know whenever you're ready to purchase." And
We're not leaving. We'll just step over here.
yeah,
So.
just a moment.
Barry
Just a
goes,
moment,
"Okay."
yes.
then he kind of puts his hands over his ears and he starts jamming out to whatever magical music he's playing in his headphones, his hand phones.
His hand phones.
Exactly.
See what he give you that.
Okay.
What's,
So
what's everybody interested in?
that razor looks sweet, but it's fucking expensive. It might be nice to give to one of our melee friends who gets
Mhm.
murdered all the time.
You? Are you talking about yourself?
No,
Well, you're
I
not
mean,
melee, but
I'll be honest. I have not I'm interested in it, but I'm not in combat enough for 1,700 gold.
right.
yeah, it's a
But
little out of my price range.
well, but that might be nice to give to, I don't know, Kohi or somebody like that. He's up
Kohi
in
or
up in
Nikola.
combat, and it's just nice to have something that's stab stuff on the
Mhm.
down low. It's a little bit of a deterrent, I would say. It seems nice but expensive. Is that I'm not going to lie, those clothes, the
The
shift
suit for
weave
the
just-
price? Yeah.
That seems
someone
just
else
too
can use it
useful.
too.
Yeah, I think I might be interested in that. It's too useful to
Alice,
not be worn.
What'd you think of the javelin?
I'm thinking hard about it.
That's it would I mean you can miss with it, but you're gonna do more damage. The only thing that sucks is honest to goodness, I thought that it returned, but it does not. So we're gonna have to pick it up every time you throw it.
Hmm.
And
When you
Does
do
it-
throw it,
does it puncture? Because it's anything in a line to the target, right?
It says
Turns
it
into
turns
a
back into a
lightning bolt.
javelin.
So basically, it turns into a
Right.
lightning bolt. You send a bolt of lightning, and then to
But then
wherever
I
it
think that-
lands.
And I think the javelin still is thrown and hits something.
Yeah, so the
Transforms
javelin
into a bolt.
transforms into a bolt of lightning. You throw the bolt of lightning like Zeus, essentially, and then it
Mhm.
transforms back into a javelin when it
It's like a
lands.
javelin when it reaches the target.
On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
casts lightning on everything that requires a dex save, and then when it hits something, it does javelin damage plus 4d6 lightning damage.
Yeah, everything in a
Yeah.
line.
No, it's
It's in a 5-foot wide line to
Yeah.
the target you throw it at. So you
But
throw it at whoever's in the back, and it hits everything in between.
2 phase.
But it's only once a day.
Yeah. But like that's a huge once a day. It does 4d6, and then the person you were aiming at takes an extra javelin, which I think is a d6 plus
It
4d.
also says it still counts as a magic weapon in the meantime, which is important for things that, you know, there are things that have immunity to normal damage. I mean, granted, Alice has like 2 fucking magic weapons right now.
Yeah, I got a lot of funsies.
But
Huge,
but-
that's it.
this is something where it also counts as a magic weapon, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
fun.
your other
Fun
magic
little
weapon
toy.
is like a breach, right? It's like
Oh,
for
here?
hacking.
It
Yeah,
does the
here.
it does the wood damage. Hugh,
Hugh,
is
Hugh
it's still a
Terminated
plus weapon, right? Though.
He was a no, I don't think he was a +1 magical weapon. I don't think. But I'll look. It is indeed a +1 weapon.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, it still counts.
Yeah, but I don't think javelins have reach, which is not a deal breaker. But
It does not.
That's her fighting style, though.
Yeah.
You huck
that
them.
is.
They have super reach. What are you
It
talking
does a-
about?
Oh, 120 feet.
It's no, it's range 3120, and then damage a d6. And I thought
It just doesn't jive with Polearm Master, which
Yeah.
is
Would I have to give something up?
give something up. No, I don't think it
No.
requires attunement even, does it?
I don't.
I bet
I
it
don't
does.
know.
I
It
bet.
does not. No.
Send
Anybody can
comments
pick it up
to
and throw it.
You know, if it returned, it probably would require attunement.
Yeah.
It'd be
You're
fucking
right.
nuts if it didn't.
that. Yeah,
I don't. It's
but
fucking
but
cool. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's a nice boomstick item for 450 gold. I mean,
Doesn't seem unreasonable.
no. I mean,
No.
you pull that thing out in a pinch, and it's doing 8d6 lightning damage plus a d6 piercing magical damage.
plus the
It's a-
AOE effect,
it's
right?
a big bowling ball. Is what it
Yeah.
is.
It's made to ruin someone's fucking day, is what it is.
Yeah. Line
My
them up
day.
and.
It's meant to ruin. my-
I didn't want to say that out loud, but you're not.
No,
I'm
it-
really super hard on it, but it's a legit item.
Yeah, I want it.
Yeah.
Gimme, gimme,
Yeah.
gimme.
I just
Yeah.
didn't want to seem like greedy because I seem like I have kind of a lot of cool stuff.
See,
No,
the
no
potion
one's
of
saying
vitality,
you can't have it.
unless you want to keep it.
What does it do again?
When you drink it, I'm not saying you trade it one for one, but
Oh,
it's good-
right,
this
of
could
course.
help you with a lot of the cost of it.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
gonna look into
You drink
trade
it,
items.
removes any exhaustion, cures any disease or poison affecting you, and for the next 24 hours, you regain maximum number of hit points when you roll a hit die. I mean, which is kind of good, but it seems very situational. And then it's gone forever once you do drink it. But then I don't know, you throw this thing off a fucking cliff, it's gone forever too. So
I rope.
Yeah, I mean that's anything that we do. So
I tie my
Just
rope.
tie a rope on the ass.
There you go.
It's a
you
throw
harpoon
it.
now.
you've
a
Yeah,
harpoon.
exactly.
a rope,
God.
tied to your belt, tied to the javelin.
yeah,
You
there you
need
go.
120 feet. Either that or you just fucking throw it like Thor. Durr!
Yeah.
Yoinks, just
I like
yoinks
that.
you.
Also, I think 120 foot range on a javelin is probably twice of what a javelin normally is.
No,
It's-
it's
that's
the
disadvantage.
the
60,
disadvantage
120.
range.
Yeah.
So it's
Or
30
60,
120.
31.
Oh,
I
okay.
just-
so
I
this
literally
is
just looked
without
at it.
disadvantage.
Yeah, it completely removes its range.
Yeah.
You always throw for max
Yeah,
or until you hit your target.
Or until you choose
Just
to throw it like a
baller.
normal javelin because you've already used it today.
You
Mhm.
could also technically throw it at a point,
Let's do the
and
javelin.
it still does the lightning.
I'm sold on the javelin.
Yeah,
the
the
suit
ja- the
for
javelin.
sure.
The razor
Yeah.
is kind of nice, but it's only
Yeah.
I-
no.
it's really neat. Like if I'm in
No.
the middle of a bunch of people, I could always get 2 damage on every turn. That's kind of
Well,
nice.
it's a
but
D4. It's not just 2. So you could do 4. You could do
Well,
1.
it's repeated too, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it's yeah.
Is anyone
expected
interested
value of
in the
2.5 or
marbles?
whatever you want to call it.
The
Marbles, so-
marbles are interesting, but I would, as being a charisma person, I would never use them. That does not fit the motif of my character. I would never juggle
What
for anyone.
What if they were ice cubes?
Well, no, just for fucking throwing them and doing fire damage. It's still
Oh.
technically a magic item.
No, fire's not really my thing.
Yeah, I assume not. Okay. I just figured I'd mention it.
Hmm?
All
I
right.
Use
mean
them
they
as
also
hand
could be
warmers,
a
maybe.
heat
There's other
source,
people.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you said they do generate heat, right?
Mhm.
But it's 450 gold for a fucking hand warmer.
Well, 3 incredible
ass warmer, too.
warmers.
3, yeah, it's really nice hand warmers, I guess.
Let me look
But
at those. Yeah,
w-
checks
we
for
made
line
we made a
charisma
we
and
made a point
performance,
of
and
of
the
pointing out
damage.
how many people could do could generate heat of some sort
It's
before
true.
we left, and there are many of us.
The Razor is cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would,
I'm
yeah.
I'm for sure gonna get the suit.
Also
The
coming
javelin
people with
is
it.
a definite yes. I mean, honestly, I could wear it to social situations.
Mhm.
For
Keelan,
one,
any
a
of these
royal
required
ball up north.
attunement? Okay, the Razor does require attunement. I see.
Yeah, the
the
razor
razor's the only
does.
thing that requires it to.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Pull the trigger on the
I
javelin.
think the suit and the
both
javelin
and
for
the
sure.
I
healing
second that.
potions.
What about
Yeah.
the climbing potions?
As far as metagaming goes, if I'm in a town and I'm offered a fuckload of climbing potions, I'm gonna go, well, I might need these, and then I'll
Right.
buy all of them.
As
Yeah.
far as not metagaming, in game we had well, at least 2 characters that almost
Oh,
died 'cause
yeah.
they fell off a fucking 20 foot cliff.
Yeah, I know,
That
I know.
is a foe of ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about,
so
how are we doing on healing potions? I mean, for that price, that's a
I
pretty
split
good
them up,
price.
so it's gonna be. I think they're. I
Okay.
mean, there's probably a markup here. I could probably. I don't know if Keelan wants me to roll. If it's higher than book, I'm assuming it's 15
He
gold
said-
higher.
He said 65 gold.
Yeah, I
65, I think book is 50.
I think book is so. There's a markup, but I
markup.
don't give a fuck.
In Keelan's game, 65 is the pretty average asking price for common items.
Yeah.
So
So.
the formula that I created, 65 is the pretty average price for common
Sure.
items.
It's the
Cool.
big
Alright.
wheel.
The mouse.
All right.
Right.
For sure, I'm gonna pick up the suit, the clothes.
Well, let's see if we can get a buy in bulk discount here.
And then the javelin probably. I think we should pick up at least a couple of the climbing potions, and
I'll pick them all up. There's
you
65.
can never go wrong with healing potions. So
Okay, are we, is anybody inclined on that? So like if we had the potion of vitality in trade, are we interested in the razor or the marbles?
I feel like there's more use in any one of these things. I don't know. I don't mean to shit on a potion of vitality constantly because it has purpose. I mean, it cures you of a whole
He's
shitload of
not-
stuff. But getting rid of it is, I'd be totally okay with that.
That's not his question. He was wondering if it would push us toward going.
Well, it was half my question, but yeah. Yeah, the
Oh,
other one is, do we wanna get the razor and the marbles? Because we're trading a potion of vitality.
I don't know if it'll go that far, but
I would
Well,
just
I-
stick to the other potions.
well, why doesn't somebody who's good at I don't know talking ask the shopkeeper if he's interested in trading a magic item for magic items?
I can ask since I have the item.
Go for it. If you
Okay.
want, I can back you up with some charisma stuff. So
So we'll kind of like ready, break, and
where'd you
I'll
go?
turn back around to the counter and I'll say, Barry, so I think we've reached kind of a consensus here.
Alice, by the way, did I say your hair looks amazing? That was really good. Barry, you did a great job. I mean,
you.
that's the best I think I've ever seen it.
See the sparkly bit?
It's so sparkly. I
love
mean,
it.
yeah, it's good. Barry, you're amazing. You work wonders.
It smells
Magic
good
hands.
too.
It's the very best.
It's the
Yeah.
very best I've ever seen it.
So we're looking for the shift weave, the javelin. We might clean you out of potions, and I think that was what we were looking for. And what can we work something out with a bulk discount? We can trade maybe some magical items as well.
So I'm always open to acquiring new interesting things for the shop here. Is there something in particular that you're looking to trade or offload?
Yeah, I have this lovely potion of vitality. You can see it sort of throbbing here.
In your hand.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
couldn't.
wow. I will point
Yeah.
out we do also have a scroll of augury, a scroll of misty step, and a scroll of lightning bolt. And we found out last game you cannot use those unless you can cast the spells. if they're in your spell like slots. So
No, it's not prepared. It's capable of. So
capable of, yeah, but some, you know,
Yeah.
that does make them a little less useful.
Well, I don't feel comfortable saying that we should get rid of those, like, because it's not.
I'm not saying we should get rid of those. I'm just saying that there are also things that we have not used.
Barry goes, well, that's quite the interesting find you have there. That's, and he kind of gestures as if, can he look at it?
Can he look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to.
I'm holding in front of you, dude. Look.
He says, not that I don't trust you, but
Look with your eyes.
I've had people come through here with an inability to, or trustworthiness is something that is hard to find here in Luskan, as you may have found at some points, and I just need to make sure that this is indeed what you are trying to sell me.
Yeah, I'll hand it over. He opens it up and it's just like fireflies coming out of the jar.
I'll keep an insight check on him just to make sure that he's not gonna fucking like bolt for no fucking reason.
He runs out of his shop and he's got bigger problems because we're kind of.
And then the real Barry walks in and goes, "What the fuck is that guy doing in my store?" And he goes, "Ah!" and runs
There
out.
you go.
All right, yeah, mate. Yeah, you think that he's being honest and sincere? Like he
Sure.
he wants to look at it.
Shopkeep. I'm just being paranoid because I'm a fucking
That's fine.
idiot.
He kind of looks it over and just kind of tilts it, holding onto the top of it, tilts it, and kind of sees that pulsating crimson red looking over there. And he goes, so you said you're looking to trade. What are you looking to trade for this?
No idea the value of this item.
Consumable item of a rarity is worth roughly half or less a non-consumable item of that rarity.
That means literally nothing to me.
It's effectively it's half, but likely less than half of what that razor costs.
So he says, for the potion, I would trade you both the marbles and the razor, if you're interested.
For the potion?
Is that like a no? That's a no-brainer.
That sounds like a no-brainer.
Hang on. Is there? There's something here.
It's cursed. The razor's cursed. Don't take it.
Let me. No. What would be?
Wait.
Our beards and mustaches start attacking us.
What would
The hair
be
starts to strangle us.
It's a wiretap
Okay.
for sure.
So no,
Right.
immediately
You'll get
Quixotic
terrible
thinks
reception
there's
up
something
there, though.
weird going on there, and
You shouldn't be thinking that there's anything weird. We just
I
shouldn't.
feel like that.
That
no.
sounds like something the weirdo would say.
Right. No, I feel like there's a cultural or an aspect here that I'm missing, and I'm trying to figure out what I would roll to check that. If it would be history, if it would be
Do a knowledge history.
All right, fucking
Arcana.
metagaming out of game.
Yeah.
I want to get this potion of vitality out of this game, so I don't have to fucking deal with you guys trying to sell it anymore. I'm just fucking giving you the fucking marbles and the goddamn razor and getting this fucking potion out of my because I don't want to deal with it. And if you guys aren't gonna
Man.
drink it, I will give you this shit instead.
Really trying to sell that hard. There's got to be something going on here.
Wait.
No, well, I was okay. So metagaming, I was metagaming.
Now
I was
I'm really
expecting something
suspicious.
up
No.
north
Hold
to have
on,
issues
hold
with
on.
exhaustion.
Slow it
Buy all the
Like
shit.
that.
Okay,
Okay.
so here's the thing: is
Rest
that this
of it.
potion on my list is worth 25,000 fucking. Which
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to sell it for that. The razor is something I pulled out of a different book that was listed at 1,700 gold. That's probably should probably be worth, based on my calculation, worth way more fucking than 1,700 gold.
Yeah.
So you guys get the razor and the marbles. Fucking get out of my shop.
Yeah.
Get this thing with a weird value the fuck out of your inventory.
I will
Yeah, and
nod
then-
and do a small smile, and I'll say, that seems fair to me.
And then we
Um,
plunked down,
money for
the
that.
rest of the
rest,
money
which
for
is
I'll
all
take
the
900.
other potions, the
900.
javelin, the clothes.
Yeah, I'll take the 65 for the clothes out of mine, obviously.
the rest of it's
Alice,
900.
you got a stipend from Tehran for the javelin, right?
I mean,
Kind of.
Use it. Use my money.
You have money, right?
yeah, yep.
Okay.
I effectively got an item that is huge for me, and I don't plan on spending money on much of anything for a while.
Okay.
So the money is there
So-
to be spent.
So we put the 900 down and he's good with that.
Is that what that is?
It's technically 905, but
Yeah. He'll give you the five gold off. You negotiated really well.
hey,
Yeah.
we did.
He takes the 900 gold and he's like, enjoy thank you for your time here at Barry's Mystical Emporium and Haircuts. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Did you spend all of my 500?
Okay, the potions. Did we bought the potions? Yes, no.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And, okay. And how much did we pay for, or who paid for them? I should say.
Well, all
Um,
right. So we gotta split this up however we want.
There were 4 climbing potions and 2 healing potions.
gonna
If
take
we
450 out of mine for the javelin, and then you.
if we want to have just everybody take 65 off their things except for one person, then that covers all the potions.
So since Alice,
Okay, I'll do
I don't know who collectively owned the potion of vitality.
I was the one who found it on a person.
So if we take her and Tehran out of the picture, then it's like 181 for. Well, I guess it's whoever wants
Okay,
the items.
There's
Whoever
6
wants it.
potions. If
Yeah.
everybody but one person pays for them, we just pay 65 from 6
Okay,
people's
I'll pay 65.
inventories.
The 2 of us paid 65 for the potions. Let's just cover the potions.
Yep, I got it. I paid 65 for.
I will
climbing
pay
potion.
65 for
I'll
mine.
give you money to pay for something. If
I'm
you
gonna try
want-
this out.
Yeah.
I'll grab a beer.
God.
Good.
If you
I know.
want to use part of my money to pay for the thing that you're keeping,
All right. Does
Okay.
anyone not want a climbing potion or a healing
I'll-
potion?
I'll take one of the climbing potions.
I'll
Okay,
take a
take
healing potion.
65 off of yours.
Plunk.
I'm assuming Dav Post is going to want a climbing potion.
Bird.
No,
And
snack like a tiny life alert.
Potion.
I actually no longer need that. I have
you
my
take
staff,
spider
which is
climb?
Spider
Oh,
climb.
yeah,
he's got
yes.
that. He's got that.
He's got
staff.
Okay.
spider climb.
So
a stark
is
reminder.
Dav Post going to be the one who's going to abstain?
We'll still give him a
Yes.
healing potion though.
Okay.
He's taking a healing potion.
I took one of the
Yes.
potions.
Okay, so if you're taking a healing
65.
potion, take 65 off. Who
Wait, Sean,
doesn't
wait.
want either a climbing potion or a healing potion?
I probably don't need them. I
Both
have
it-
one
Okay.
healing potion already.
Both
And
healing
Sean, do you want a healing potion or do you want a climbing
I
potion?
Both the
probably
healing
want a
potions are
climbing
gone.
potion.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Both
I
climbing
mean,
Climbing
believe
potions are
potion.
gone.
Okay. So I will not take a climbing potion. So I will take one. I already have a healing potion. I actually no, I'll take a climbing potion. So,
Oh fuck you guys! I could fly up that goddamn mountain.
That's right. okay. So
Okay, so now we
I
got
paid for the
the
javelin and my potion.
Okay.
And I'll have
okay.
the
Did you
javelin
take a climbing potion or a healing potion?
healing?
I was healing. Okay. And
So-
then Alice. Okay.
it
So
greater?
climbing. For what? Healing? It's just a
Yeah.
healing.
Just a healing. Okay.
Okay, so you took a healing, Colin took a healing, so everyone else gets climbing potions.
Yep, that's what I took
so-
for the climbing potion.
Okay, so you took a climbing potion, I took a climbing potion, Kohi took a climbing potion, and Davos took a climbing potion. Okay,
That post took
that
a
was
healing
easy.
one.
What?
That post
I
took a
don't need
healing.
one.
Took a healing one.
You took a
Yeah.
healing one?
I took a healing one. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
You got that
Yes.
spider cane.
Him
or
and
whatever the
Tehran.
hell it
God
is.
damn it.
Him and Tehran.
This
Tehran?
is getting stupid already.
Ron and Davos took the healing potions. I kept saying the healing potions are gone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So everyone else took climbing potions if you took a potion. So if
All
you
right,
paid for it.
javelin's taken care of, right?
You took
Yep.
a climbing potion then.
Suit's taken care of.
Okay.
Who wants the razor?
I think it should go to someone in melee or someone we don't want to lose because it's also a deterrent. So I would propose that may be good for Kohi. or one of our squishy magic users.
Mhm.
So that's my 2 cents worth.
Does anyone get tied up a bunch? Could you maybe?
You.
Oh, I
He gets knocked
They
out.
get you out of
Yeah, we
hold
should give it to
person.
Tehran just because he's never awake in fucking combat lately.
So Rhiannon claimed one of the climbing potions because she paid for one,
Right.
and then need 3 other people to claim them. Then claim one. Then
I claimed one,
that's 2.
Kohi claimed one, and
3.
Monty claimed one.
4. Cool. Okay, all the potions are gone, and she has the javelin.
Right.
Potion of vitality is gone.
It's gone.
Quixotic's got the suit.
The money's
So-
been accounted for.
Yeah, sure.
Who has the marbles?
Uh,
Did you guys lose the marbles?
No. We're trying to figure out who's
I've
the
lost my
razor and the
marbles.
marbles. So you
Um,
got
That
the razor
should
and the
go-
marbles.
I'll tuck the razor in like my bustier, and I'll say like when we get back to the inn tonight, we'll talk to Kohi and see if he has use for this.
okay.
Yeah, I could get situational use with the performance and stuff out of the marbles. And
Monty feels like the juggling balls for sure.
Well, I was gonna say either Monty or Nicola has
yeah.
been sometimes doing talking things, and might also want something where he can throw flaming stuff. But actually, no, I'd say Monty.
I think Nicola also has like 6 cantrips that are attack,
Yes,
so
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe Monty.
might not need them.
I'm cool with that. That could give some nice
Cool.
fun
There goes
flair.
juggling balls, and then we will decide later for the razor. And is that everything then?
Yes.
I think that's it. Yeah,
How-
that's. I think we just
how-
cleaned him out.
Nailed it.
So because of the potion of vitality, though, settling the accounts on the money for the razor and the marbles is right. 'Cause-
I'll pay for the razor.
There is no payment.
Well,
no
yeah,
payment.
that's the
Both of them.
problem.
We,
There's no
we
payment,
bartered for it.
right?
It was a
So
community item paying for community items.
Yeah, I mean, people have been generous with me in the past, and I don't mind paying it forward for the good of the group. And
but I don't want you to have to give up a potion of vitality and pay 450 for the
Nobody
javelin,
used it.
so.
No, I paid for it, and I told her I would.
Tehran bought me my javelin.
Well, I'm still
We're-
gonna throw 200 gold somewhere. So tell me where to throw
What?
it. 'Cause I'm
Why?
deducting it from my
Why?
gold right
Just
now.
keep it.
Just keep it.
It was a
Or just-
community item that we just bartered for. There was no
Yeah.
exchange of
Just
gold.
next time we need to pool money, remember you got extra money.
Got it. You
All
got
right.
That'll be taken care of.
I'll tap on the counter and say, Barry, thank you so much for doing business with us. I'm sorry if it was a little exasperating.
She's speaking directly to Keelan right now.
But I so appreciate your generosity
it.
and
Rewatch on this. is gonna be
flexibility.
Amazing.
I
Slow
am
it down.
super jazzed to get a thunderstorm going.
Yeah.
It says,
we
I wish you
want
the best of
to-
luck in your travels. And
Let's go see a man about a horse.
Static electricity. Man, fuck that haircut up.
Do we want to let them investigate the graveyard for a little bit so they have a little bit of time to do that,
Mhm.
and then we can talk about horses?
I need to get a drink, so that'd be great.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I support that.
Fucking-
And on the other side of town,
Transition.
yes, we find Tehran and Kohi on the streets of Luskin heading towards the Winter's Palace.
About how far are we away here?
Where were we coming from? The other side of the river or this side of the river?
So you guys were, I mean, these were coming from the
Oh, okay.
uh,
Let's say we're walking over
One
the
Eye Jacks.
and then I'll just be like, we're about halfway there.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Grumble, grumble. I'm sorry. Thanks for accompanying me though.
Need something to do. Not much of a shopper.
Me neither. It's also very tedious. I'd rather just throw a big lump sum on the table and take everything and just walk out.
Was this just a coup of your group that just took over this area? Is that what happened here?
No, this is the. What are you talking about? The church? The church?
Hmm.
No, that church is long standing. This is hundreds and hundreds of years old. It's been here forever. It's called the White Palace. It's not a group, or it's more of an institution, as much as any temple to any other god in any other city.
Never heard of it.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you've also never been to the city.
Also true.
So, what's your surname?
Retortal.
Is that a profession-based surname? As a
Yes.
smith, or
It was professional soldier.
any more?
No.
You're still a bit of a warrior, but
There were some things that went on at the past island that I just don't. I'm still sorting out.
all right. Were you always a follower of Kalimdor? Is that part of your job, or is that?
It was part of my redemption.
Oh, I don't need to press about that.
Wise.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You
we're
told
heading
me. You told me enough on the ship too.
Yeah, so I understand. Well, we're heading towards, it's called the White Palace. It's this spires, open air courtyard, but it's also still a church, somewhat of a monastery. People live there. There's also tombs there. When we get there, I'm hoping that I can still just walk in. I'm dressed as a paladin. Whether or not it looks like I'm wearing my grandfather's armor or not, it doesn't matter. I'm still wearing armor of a paladin of their faith. So shouldn't be much of a problem. But then I need to gain access to the tomb, which I feel may also be easy, maybe paying respects to someone that lives there or someone that's buried there.
Say so.
So seems like there'll be walk in the park, I guess. Shouldn't be too difficult, but that's what I intend to be doing. You're still on board. Go ahead.
Is this a kind of a seedier part of town, or is it just kind of, or is it on the up and up? There's not a whole lot going on.
I don't think this is seedy, is it, Kalen? This
I mean,
is
the whole town is a little bit, you get a little bit of a seedy feeling to it.
Yeah, I suppose. It didn't used to be like this. I mean, it didn't used to be overtaken by guilds of unseemly characters. And I guess that doesn't mean a lot coming from me, but it didn't used to be like this. It used to just be a town. It used to be a port. It used to be controlled by the Arcane Brotherhood, but no longer, I guess. Now it's thieves guilds running everything. So I don't think there's an unseedy part of the city at this point.
That's unfortunate. A port town like this doesn't deserve it.
I don't know. Place is built on ruins of another city. I mean, it was sacked and built on top of it. A lot of the ruins still exist here. I'd say this town got what it deserved.
Interesting.
So, yeah, we'll walk our way there.
Yeah, as you guys are walking through town, you guys catch glimpses of the signs for Elias and Barry's Mystical Emporium and haircuts, and you don't see anybody else from your group in there at the time as you guys walk past, but you guys see the same sort of spots, and you kind of come up towards this kind of white temple. With 4 soaring white spires rising up into the sky, and then kind of this white stone pillars and arches. Tehran, to you are inviting, welcoming back, as if it's been only since yesterday that you were last walking into the temple here.
Is it like a gateway, or just like I intend to enter. Like, do I run into like a guard or a person manning a door or like an archway, or how are we entering?
Kind of there's entrances on all 4 sides, very wide open sort of building. You don't see any guards per se on the outside, but there are people kind of milling about on the inside.
We should head towards the main house. Let people know we're here. Gonna lie a little bit. Seems necessary.
I'm playing off your lead, friend.
All right. I'm just hoping that for no obstruction. I appreciate that. So, all right. And I'll look for somebody in the main building. Let them know who I am, why I'm here. Do I find people?
Yeah, entering in to the kind of through one of the arches on the side, you kind of are greeted by this kind of wide open space on the inside. There's slight roofs as to kind of basically picture a small castle wall going around, and kind of like the rooms that were to kind of house any like paperwork or whatnot are kind of like housed kind of right inside the wall. Is like the big open center areas, a place for kind of people to kind of gather and kind of give their ideas and kind of penance to Auriel, as you recall.
Do we pass through the courtyard? We pass through the courtyard to get to where we're going, correct?
I mean, like the courtyard is like the big middle courtyard is what you're talking about.
No.
I mean, like where you're trying to go to is between the archway and the courtyard.
Okay, and the courtyard is like an inner sanctum kind of thing for all of the living space, essentially is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, all right, makes sense. All right, I'll grab the first person I see and let them know. And I'm gonna kind of lean on a feature for my background, which is a Knight of the Order called Knightly Regard. You receive shelter and succor from members of your knightly order and those who are sympathetic to its aims. If your order is a religious one, you can gain aid from the temples and other religious communities of your deity.
Okay.
I cleaned my armor, and while it is not perfect, it has patina on it and it looks old, but it is cleaned. It is Auriel's paladin armor. I cover the marred version of the symbol of Auriel on my chest with a tunic, so they cannot see it, but their outward appearance of a paladin of Auriel.
Okay. You're greeted by a male human, probably early 30s or so, a tight cropped head of hair, and he says, welcome to the Winter Palace. It's I don't recognize you. Are you you must be new around here. Is there something I can help you find?
Yeah, I'm new to the area, but I'm here to pay respects for my grand uncle.
Your granduncle.
Yeah, Rosian. He was the what is it called? The captain of the guard here, generations ago. I wear his armor, passed down from him to his sister, down to my father, and to me. So I'm here to pay respects, and move on up to the spine of the world and visit other temples of Auriel.
He looks to you and he says, well, the courtyard is yours to give your respects.
The tomb, the mausoleum. Am I allowed to pay my respects in seclusion and privacy?
The mausoleum is usually kept locked. We've had issues in the past of people doing unsightly things to bodies. And generally, you need a special permission from the high priest in order to gain access to the mausoleum.
I'd look over at a clothed follower of Kelemvor and a follower of his faith in front of him, and I would assure you that. Well, I hope you're not insinuating that we would do anything like that.
Not insinuating anything. I'm only telling you the rules that we have here in the Winter Palace.
All right. If the head of the Frostborn or if the High Priests are around, I would like to speak to one of them.
He says, let me see about finding Echo, and feel free to enjoy the sights of our beautiful palace here. And you see him kind of scurry off to go look for this Echo person that he mentioned.
Well, he's... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as you were, you recognize the name Echo as you were looking through the almanac the previous day, as the person that was kind of listed as the current High Priest of the Winter Palace.
How many hands have changed since I was here? Like more than a handful?
Thinking back to the day before, you think that there were, you remember that there were, this has probably been like the 8th High Priest since you were here.
There's a good chance that any old practices may not be carried through 8 people, hopefully, but we'll see. Okay.
But, as you're looking around, is there anything you want to look at specifically, or?
If we're in like a common area and I'm looking across a large room at a doorway that leads to the courtyard. Yeah, I'd probably go look at the courtyard.
Okay.
Would
going on to
not pay much mind to anybody or anything on my way to it.
Walking into the courtyard, you see the high pillars that you recognize that when you were here would be what were used to during the wet parades. They look well kept in the 100 and or so years since you were here last. There's a tree, a large kind of tree in the center of the courtyard, kind of growing up, and it looks to be, looking upon it, it gives you, during your some 25 odd years that you were stationed here at the Winter Palace, a fond memories of watching this tree grow and now seeing it this many years later, having grown into this mammoth tree that it is, puts a little bit of a smile on your face.
Yeah, that's nice.
Can I look around? Can I look around to see if anyone's kind of chasing us?
Sure. Make me a perception check.
Out in the courtyard, is there an altar there still? Does it still seem like they perform well, they might not because it's not snowing anymore, but does the altar for the ritual still exist?
For the ritual in which you were sacrificed?
Yeah.
The glacial walls that you remember as your icy tomb are no longer there. There is a small marble altar kind of here in the courtyard, but it is a distant, almost like just a ghost of what it was
like
100 years ago.
Whitewashed or just
faded? And what was it?
Whitewashed or just kind of faded to history?
Not necessarily whitewashed. It seems things are much more subtle in how they send and respect and send their beliefs to Ariel now.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Kohi, as you look around, there's a couple glances of people kind of looking at you guys, seemingly not from this area, walking around the Winter Palace. It's not too common of a thing, but at the same time, people aren't like giving you guys a lot of mind.
It was weird. I expected to see the instrument of my death in the courtyard, and it's not there. I actually feel a little good about the tree and where the church might be at this moment. So I'm a little relieved.
And as you kind of you turn to as you're kind of looking at over the altar and the reminder of what happened some 100 years ago, you hear behind you. Well, hello. Welcome to the Winter Palace. I'm told that you have interest in going to see your great uncle.
Great uncle. Yeah,
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about him. I don't quite recognize this name in our history books, and I've only been here for a few years, but I have a keen mind of recalling past history, past historical events. We don't want to repeat our history now, do we?
No, I would say not. I'm here. I'm doing a pilgrimage, raised by my father to worship Ariel. He learned it from his mom. His mom was my grandmother was the sister of Rojan. Rojan was, as far as I've been told by my family, he was a captain of the guard in late years of his life. He died during the long winter from, I assume, just age and exposure. But he passed. They say that the line of succession ended there, and he served the Winter Palace a long time. And I'm just here to see his crypt or wherever you keep him, and pay my respects and move on to the spine of the world and visit other temples of Ariel.
Okay. Make me a deception check.
Kind of like nudge. Turtle. All right, I'll roll without it. Thankfully so.
You got it.
Thanks,
I can't. I'm giving you space. I can't be like up on you. It'd be kind of weird.
True.
All right. He goes, I think that we could give you a little bit of the ability to give payment to your tribute to your great uncle. If you follow me, I'll take you down to the crypts myself.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the expediency.
All right, just give me a quick reminder. Rojan is he the high captain that you replaced that died?
Yeah. He was the high captain that I replaced. Apparently not. Maybe semi piece of shit. I don't know. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just making sure.
But not the high priest. The high priest was
no. Galander.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Echo kind of he says, if you'll follow me, we can head down to the crypts. And he said he died during the last the long winter.
How much longer it went, but he died 10 years into the long winter.
Okay. Yeah. He says
he served under Galander.
That's okay. We can.
Do you still have them interred here? Do you have a revolving door here in the crypts? It seemed strange for someone, this priest and this high captain of the guard here, to be so inconsequential as far as you're concerned.
Metagaming or out of game. I had kind of forgotten that was the name of the high captain that you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So he says there's most high priests and most captains of the guard are interred in our crypts. We can definitely get you to see your uncle, or your great uncle. So
please don't mind my my company. We travel together. It's a one hand washes the other situation. I trust him with my life.
Okay. And so he leads you guys towards the door of the crypt and kind of pulls out a thing of keys from underneath his robe, unlocks the door and grabs a torch and begins to head down into the crypt. As he grabs the torch, and you guys have held torches before and exploring places, and normally torches give off heat along with their light. But the odd thing about this torch is that it's not giving off any heat. It's almost as if it's a magical torch that only gives off the light. So, and you guys head down into the crypts below, and Echo goes, all right, now if I remember right, the high captains are generally interred over in this area. And he kind of leads you a little bit through the maze of the crypts and whatnot, and eventually he brings you over to the crypt in the wall of Roshan.
If I were to want to pay respects to the man that he protected, would I be able to do that as well?
So the man he protected, you mean the high priest?
Yes.
I assume that we could probably do a quick stop by, and you pay your respects to him.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind a little privacy, I think that would be my preference in this moment.
He says, I can give you a little bit of privacy. I'll wait by the base of the stairs. Let me know when you're finished, and we can go find the high priest body you seek.
But how far away are we from the base of the stairs? Like, how much leeway do I have to fuck around in here?
From the base of the stairs, you probably walked through the crypts, couple turns, and through the mazes and whatnot. And you probably have 50 to 75 feet of space between you and the base of the stairs.
Okay.
It's not utter privacy, but it is more than nothing.
Okay. All right. Did he kind of give me an inclination of where Galander would be?
He did not.
No, before he leaves, I'll ask. Like, I do still wish for the privacy, but I can find Galander on my own, I assume, if you give me correct directions.
He says, I can take you there when you're finished giving your respects to your great uncle.
Why don't you take me there now, and then you can go to the steps, and then I'll go from there to here to avoid interruption.
You can see he's starting to get a little bit concerned on his face that he doesn't want to leave you alone in the crypts. Especially going towards to go visit a high priest. You think that if you're going to visit the high priest, he wants to be with you. Mm-hmm. So it's the high priest of the temple. He doesn't want people to desecrate their bodies.
Does he look like a human being or a capable human being?
He looks like a human being who has seen a few winters, cold winters here in the palace. Definitely a little bit hardened in his demeanor, but still soft and as to what you would expect out of a coming from a priest, I guess.
Okay. What are you doing? All right. All right, we'll wait here and we'll pay respects. I'll do it for a couple minutes, or I'll do it for a few minutes while Rhiannon's losing her shit. Really? This? Okay. All right. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I'll allow him to step away. No, I'll talk to Kofi. I'm not trying to get to this guy. I'm trying to get to the other one. I had a reasonable story to be related to this person. I don't have because I knew more about him. I worked under him. I didn't have a good story to be related to Galander. I figured we'd get more privacy. I could try to send him away, but if I fuck up, it could be a problem. I got 2 tries today.
Otherwise, I could just shoot the breeze with him, and while you slip away.
I need you. I brought you here to talk to a dead man. So you're necessary. What do you have in the way of? Go ahead.
Either we need to distract him and he needs to go away, or you need to pick one or the other.
Yeah, I feel as though I gave him the most reasonable person's excuse for him to fuck off from here. For him to excuse himself, and he does not seem willing to do so for Galander. So let's pay our respects here for a minute. We'll go there. And I got 2 tries to get this guy to go away for, I think, 8 hours. I think it's 8 hours, yeah. While we do what we're doing. And I'll never have to come back here again. I'd even rather not. So if you're comfortable with me toying with this man's mind in the slightest way of just get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Otherwise, I can. No, we'll do that. Go ahead.
Okay. After a couple of minutes, we'll approach him at the bottom of the stairs. We're like, we did our due diligence, and I feel as though I paid the proper respects to my great uncle, and I'd like to pay respects to the man he protected out of respect for the respect he had for him.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Respectful respect.
Very respectful.
I can give you enhance. I can give you enhance ability too, but that turns off after.
It's his save. I need him to not save twice against a 15 as a normal human being. So yeah,
you want me to use talk to the dead twice, so I can't. Otherwise, I could
just
bestow.
one. We need to talk to this guy maybe twice. I doubt it though. One should be enough. This is metagaming at this point. Like what my expectations is just talk to this guy once and then leave. And
I can curse him for up to a minute and make him disadvantage on a certain throw if you want.
That'd be useful. If you gave him a little jab and made it more susceptible to my suggestion, then it would be helpful. And then we've got 8 hours. Does it last longer if it's cast at a higher spell slot?
For me or you?
Me. There's concentration up to 8 hours. I fucking concentrate on this for 8 hours.
With that, he kind of begins to lead you over towards a different portion of the crypts and Kind of things begin to look a little bit more regal in how they're set up, and you see a number of crypts kind of lining the wall and kind of a little bit more individualized, showing a little bit more of the high priest's life and whatnot. And you recognize some of the names from the day before as you're looking through the almanac, and you kind of go along and you see the name Stani, you see Ak, you see and you kind of see Tashana, and then you recognize the name Tashana as somebody who was in the palace while you were there, Tehran, and from the book you recognize that Tashana was the high priest after Galander was, and you're expecting the next crypt to be does have Galander's name on it, and the next one as you come across it says Vivico, and the kind of you see Echo go, oh, well, that's odd. You said he died. You said he was under Galander, right?
Yeah, my great uncle served under Galander until he died.
Okay.
So over 120 years ago.
Hey,
So
your math is off on great uncle and how old you are. So it would just be your mother's brother or your grandmother's brother, right? You'd only go back 40 years. You go back.
This is just outside of game. My grandpa's brother was 40 in 1960, I guess.
It'd be like your grandparents, however old your grandparents are.
I guess so.
So I'm running with it for the story.
Well, I guess I just mean, well, he's still a great uncle. No, he'd be great uncle.
Probably.
Great uncle. I'm not saying great enough. Maybe great just means superseded uncle.
Yeah.
And we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not a specific generational number on the word great.
And so Echo goes, this is if I recall from the books, he came after Vivico, but came before Tashana, and I was expecting his crypt to be right here.
Did you misplace a dead man?
I didn't displace anybody.
I'm very surprised that there is an empty crypt here, or at least a misordered one. Seems suspicious.
Looking about it, I guess make me an investigation check. If you're looking at the crypts.
The 3 grunts is enough.
You intimidating the dead, or?
Oh fuck! Peel. Sorry, they're next to each other. Peel 7 off of that. 14.
Roll me again.
All right. Yeah, but what if it's worse? It's likely to be worse. Wouldn't be if I did it with advantage or a D4. Yep, it's worse.
Looking at the crypts, and you can see that Echo is a little bit confused by this as well, and you look at Vivico's, and you kind of look at Tashana's, and as you're looking at Tashana's crypt, you kind of hear Echo go, well, that's interesting.
What's interesting?
And you see him kind of like feeling the rock that has Tashana's name engraved on it and whatnot. And he goes, if you catch the light just right, and he kind of holds the torch up at a kind of an angle and whatnot, and you kind of see the shadows kind of pull back and kind of reveal hidden underneath Tashana's name. It looks like it almost looks like it's has Galander's name carved into the stone here. He says, "Well,
You crack this open, whose body would be in it?"
Well, I assume Tashana's body would be in here. It's not every high priest decides to get buried here in the Winter Palace, but most do. But I guess it's not unheard of.
I'm not overtly, but I'm becoming more agitated. Like I am upset that this was taken from me. I'll a big sigh, and that's unfortunate. I really wish I would have been able to pay respects. Was he removed? Should I not be holding this person in any regard? Were they expunged? What? Who did my great uncle serve?
Well, my understanding was that he, from what you were telling me, that was that he served under Galander, and that matches up with what I know. But I guess if you give me some time, I can look to find out more information as to what happened with Galander. But that is kind of an odd thing. But I assure you that your uncle is fine, that your great uncle is fine, and in his proper resting spot. You've brought up some curious things for the Winter Palace to investigate.
Your ability to keep bodies where they're meant to be is suspect. I mean, but I appreciate you offering to give me more information on what might be happening here. If you have anything to let me know, we will be in One-Eye Jack's, staying there for another maybe two. And I would appreciate word on this oddity.
So I can make sure that a knight of Ariel is kept informed as a knight of Ariel would. Ariel would. So.
Thank you. I'll do the secret high five handshake of Ariel, and I'll leave.
He looks a little bit confused, as if it may have changed a little bit over the past 120 years, but it's similar enough where you guys are able to kind of make it through.
Fucking kids these days. All right. Yeah, let's leave. I guess we'll walk out. Trying to think if there's anything better to do here. I mean, I don't really have an inn in any way. Like, I have an inn, like, given the ability to comb over the information where I know it might live, I could, but I'm not that person. I'm nobody. So I'll leave. All right. Did I give him my name?
No. I don't know if you did explicitly.
The joke answer is it doesn't matter. I'll just let him know he can come find me there, and he'll know who he's looking for. It'll be like I'd slip my mind.
Okay.
So, all right, and then we'll leave. We'll get about 2 blocks away before like I'll lay into what might be like a shambled building and just lay into a door with my sword. I'm fucking mad.
It's really odd. That's really odd that there's a body that's moved after it's been there for how long. Now we get into town and now it's gone.
According to the almanac that I have, he stopped being a priest there not long after I died, right, Keelan? Like 20 something.
3 years.
3 years. 3 years after I passed. So he's not likely to be alive. He was was he a human, Keelan? What was he?
As far as you know, he was a human.
Yeah. All right. As far as I know, he's a human. He should be dead.
Oh, he's a
if he paid.
lich.
Yeah, man, he's a lich. So that's frustrating. I was looking for catharsis in either questioning, and gaining answers, or exacting punishment. This is a hollow feeling.
The only piece of advice I have for you is to make sure that you have your 5 questions ready. We only have 10 minutes for it, for
Yeah.
you to converse with this.
Don't worry, I've had a long time to think about what I want to ask that man.
Well, good for you. Dismissive.
Trevor doesn't care.
Mm. Just be ready. I don't want to hear you.
I appreciate your respect. That's great. Thank you. Let's go.
Shuffling back to our.
Yeah, heading back to rendezvous time, please.
Yes. Just I so that you know, Tehran. Galander was and you're saying that you're kind of wondering about his age, right? You recall that like around he was probably 10 to 15 years older than you were, just based on kind of, and you didn't know his exact age at the time, but
He's in twilight years if he was 10 years older than me. I mean, I presumed he'd be dead.
I mean, you were what, 42 when you died?
Yeah.
And he was 57 or so when he died.
Okay.
Or not, I mean, he was 57 or so when you died.
When he stopped being in charge, or would I know that death is the end of his reign?
People during your time as the role that you were in at the Winter Palace, the however many years, the 16 years that you were at the Winter Palace, there was one other high priest who had died, but you recalling back before that, before you had arrived, you had heard stories that there were priests who had left their post before they had passed. So death was not always the ultimate end to a. It was not the only reason why a high priest would come to an end. So.
All right, thank you. Is there anything kind of other information that I may have gleaned, like in character, or is this kind of the end of that?
That's probably what you would remember in character from looking at the almanac and remembering 120 years ago.
All right, thank you.
Of which you're supposed to have faint glimpses of the past, but
faint glimpse.
So.
All right. Yeah, we'll head back to where we're supposed to rendezvous.
All right. On your way back towards the One-Eyed Jacks, you come across Alice and Monty and Quixotic coming out of the Bari's Mystical Emporium and kind of in this central area as you guys are kind of coming down the way. And then at the same time, you guys also see Nicola and Davos coming from the south, from the captain's court area.
Well, this is fortuitous. We are just going to go look at horses or whatever we can take up north.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You guys aren't going to say anything about the fact that you wanted to take boats.
We still need horses.
Well, yeah, but
put the horses on the boats.
Yeah, we still need horses.
They'll
so-
fucking love it. Well, or I don't know. Are horses cold resistant?
I don't know.
Mules or goats or yaks or
Deer,
tauntauns. I don't know.
I will say we were I had a nice chat with the captain.
Okay, that's good.
And it was a nice chat. And we might have an option of taking a ship up there, but I want to talk to the rest of the group about it.
Well.
Is that preferred? I guess I don't know if I care what travel method we use.
You're the only one who has a reservation about ships, so if you're okay with it, it seems like the preferable, less risky way to travel.
So I am okay with it. I'm still not sure how hard it will be to convince them to do it, because it's not my captain that we would be getting the ship from.
So it's a different boss. Got it.
Do you kind of fill us in the extent in which, like, you kind of owe her a ship, or at least a task that you were intending to complete when the ship was lost? Is that kind of your standing with that captain?
So I guess that's a good question for Keelan. I don't know if I necessarily got a good vibe on that the last time.
I mean, she's not happy that this number of years later that you didn't. It's taken you 2 years or 3 years to get back to her, to talk about the loss of the Dark Duchess. I mean, she knows where the Dark Duchess is. She has not sent anybody up to it. So
I mean, I may have somebody that can help, but I need to find her first.
In what way would she be helping us? More so than a ship, or differently from a ship?
No, with a ship.
Okay.
Like, it's a possibility. I'd have to talk to her, find out, but she's a friend.
Okay. So right now we have one okay option, one possible option, right? Nicola, like, what do we have to do to convince another one of these guild leaders to help us? I mean, what do you offer a person like that to take us somewhere where you lost a ship once already?
So I will say the ship that I was on was not equipped to go through the ice like the captain tried. These two captains have ships that are able to do that. And Keelan, if I'm remembering right from last session, the one captain is very like treasure hungry, explore hungry, right?
So the two captains that have ships that would be able to take you up there would be the High Captain or the ship Kurth, which is the first High Captain who basically controls all the docks and kind of the trade and whatnot. And then the other one would be the Captain Bari Baram, who is the High Captain of the. They basically control like fishing and whatnot.
Okay. So I say.
I believe that's what I told you last time.
That sounds right. I say Captain Baram loves to go out fishing. So if we can somehow persuade him that taking us up there and dropping us off or waiting for us to do our thing up there is advantageous to him, that shouldn't be a problem. But I don't know that I know enough about fishing, up north deep sea fishing, to necessarily give a good argument.
For Scrimshaw?
Sorry.
We don't know that.
Knucklehead. Yeah, I'll say. Well, they have the Knucklehead trout or whatever the fuck it is, but I don't know if that's deep sea. So that might be inland. I'm assuming it's inland because the towns that makes them is something with a fucking tree in it. So.
Monty, make me a history check.
On
with
it.
advantage.
Yeah.
Sleep, baby, sleep. Sleep.
Is she sleeping?
She's moving a little bit, but her eyes are closed.
Oh, that's good. Monty, you would remember from your time up there that because I totally forgot when we were RPing before that you had spent some time up there. That the knucklehead trout are generally found in the lakes around Bryn Shander area.
So I'd say
there's like 2 or 3 big lakes up in that area.
So I say, yeah, the trout they're inland, they're freshwater, so that's not going to be a hook that we can really play. But maybe the treasure, or some of those things, or I mean, we can give him something for a little bit of his trouble if he's heading up that way anyways for fishing. We could just ask him where he's planning to go, like a rowboat.
Yeah. And I will say, having a people of a group of our size on a boat helping out that he's not having
labor.
to pay in any way too, it might be enticing.
As far as you know, the ship might be untouched or still have, I don't know, did you retrieve something? Did you take anything of value? Can we offer them the non-essential
like the recovery, right?
Seafaring
Finders.
items on the ship as payment for taking us up there? We keep the rations and the things required to bring the ship back, but he can have foot lockers of people's shit that no longer live. Like, can we offer him the monetary items on the ship as payment for helping us get to it? If it is your intent to recover that ship.
I thought you just said he may have owed it to the captain who used to own the ship, right?
Well, I don't know if he owes her
foot lockers.
No, I don't know if he. I think she wants a ship, but from our RP, or just my assumption is that she wants either the ship or what they were doing when they lost the ship. So he's kind of. It sounds like you're in debt to her, and you need to recover something. So if we offer him the things that aren't necessary on that ship, maybe we can recover the ship for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that working with her and working with the guy with the ice breaking ships, that might be probably the best way to go about it, because I'm sure they probably both have a shared interest in getting stuff off of that ship.
If I may ask, what were you hauling? Do you know?
Keelan, what did we pick up on our many crazy voyages? That might
a
still
lot
be on
of
the ship.
things over time and whatnot, and a lot of things he brought back eventually over back to the ship, the main to Thora, and so the eventual time when you guys got stuck in the ice, you guys were out looking for what's his, I'm trying to find on your captain's name, Captain Blue Moon, was not quite, you were not high enough in the ranks to know exactly what you guys were searching for, but there was a number of and you guys left most of the stuff on the boat from when you were there.
So some loot, some riches. I know we were looking for something up there, but he didn't let me in on what we were hunting around for. But there should definitely be some of our haul still on the ship today.
And it's safe to assume that you think that whatever he was searching for, there may have been a map or something up there as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Or some sort of, you guys left everything on the ship, so any journals or maps or any information that what he was searching for may or may not still be on the ship. So.
For sure. Do I think what the captain was searching for is in any way, shape, or form related to what we're searching for?
And you don't think so? No, I mean, not
Okay.
necessarily. The captain and your crew, I mean, like, that's where a lot of your connection to where you get your powers from. You learn from Captain Blue Moon and your time on the ship.
Okay.
And so you think that he was in the search for more powers or more expanses from there.
So it sounds like we're looking at the boat. If we're looking at the boat, does it matter if we get the horses or the whatever, the sled dogs, whatever the fuck they are?
I don't think ground travel animals would be necessary at this point if we're looking at a
I
line
don't
on a
think
ship.
so either. I'm sure we can find something a little more weather appropriate when we get there.
Yeah.
So
Davos, your option being what? A woman who has an ice breaking ship too?
Well, I mean, it's not so much an ice-breaking ship, but Sister Gariel mentioned somebody might have a ship a way to get, up north, and so I just wanted to see if it was a possibility.
And we should also follow that. I mean, I also
we
need beer for another day. So anyway, so we may as well exhaust all options.
And I will also remind everybody that we kind of snuck into town under some of the guards' noses. So if all of a sudden, whatever captain, if we decide to talk to a captain, if they don't like what we're saying, everything could go to shit real quick.
But technically, didn't we pay a wharf master to make it legit and then
Yeah.
went in? And then we only needed to hide because someone was looking for you, but you went straight to that person's door and talked to him.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
became legal when we paid the wharf master,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Well, but they did make a footnote that they probably told all the captains that, hey, these guys did do this thing, so we might have eyes on us, but I don't think it's going to cause any
I
problems.
don't
for
feel
what we're
like
talking about.
it should register on anybody's illegal activity meter in this fucking place.
Oh
Hey,
no, we
there is
bribed
honor
someone
among
in
thieves.
Pirate Town, USA.
Don't cross that line.
I feel as though we may have put ourselves in an okay position with you immediately going to make amends with this woman.
Yeah.
So that was
I
the right
agree.
choice to make.
Yeah.
All right, so we bought some things, nothing super special. There will be some deliveries to the inn this afternoon or evening. Davpos, if you want to go look for that person, I'll come with you.
Well, I need to find someplace to find this person. I don't know where she is. All I have is name.
Oh, that shouldn't be too hard.
Do I know enough of like different parts of the city to maybe give him an idea of where to look, or would things be too different by now? Would I have like oh yeah, you can totally go to Sixth and Dakota. That it's a great neighborhood 100 years ago.
30 years ago, it was fantastic. Nobody locked their doors.
Yeah.
100 and almost 10, 20 years ago is a lot of time has passed since you were in this town. And while the Winter Palace is still there, a lot of the city has changed as you've been walking through the town.
Wish I could be of more help, Davpos, but this place has the same look, but the heart has changed. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to tell you to go.
I could tag along with too.
Wait, what?
What?
He did mention he's freakishly old at this point.
Have I?
I thought you
No.
did, didn't you?
No.
The only person who knows is Kohi.
Well, out loud.
I wasn't
yeah,
even very
yeah.
specific. All I said is that this place looks different and is different than the last time I was here.
I know. I'm like, wait, how long was that?
10 years ago? Like,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm not going to pry.
Anyway, so but we just need to find some place where I can, ask for a name. That's it.
I may
tag
be in
along with you
a
guys, too.
unique position to attempt to help you out there. So thieves can't let me talk to thieves and stuff, and then because I'm technically considered a far traveler, which is just like a fucking out of towner, the weird background thing that I have says basically everyone's looking at me because I speak weird and behave weird. But I can get access to people in places you may not otherwise be able to. Nobles, lords, scholars, merchant princes, to name a few, might be interested in hearing about your distant homeland and people. So like, just because I'm fucking weird, people might be interested in interacting with me. That's
So
Oh my
you,
God, I
so you
love your
draw
accent.
unwanted attention to yourself all the time.
It specifically says
That's good
your
to know
accent,
for future stuff.
your
For a
accent,
rogue.
mannerisms, figure of speech, and perhaps your appearance all mark you as foreign. Curious glances are directed your way wherever you go, which can be a nuisance, but it can also gain the friendly interest of scholars and other intrigued by far-off lands. To say nothing of everyday folk who are eager to hear stories of your homeland, which I deflect immediately in every case thus far. But yeah, apparently my accent and demeanor draw unwanted or not unwanted attention.
Well,
They draw
actually,
attention.
now that I think
Negative
about
or
it, I
positive.
probably could just walk around the city and I'll probably find her.
I would love to give you an assistance either way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I have my faction agent, if she has signs up, I might be able to see them.
I think between the two of you should be able to find this person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys spend the next hour or two walking around the city.
Everybody
And-
else go back to the inn, or what are we doing? Nothing
Well, I
else.
mean, you guys could come with.
That the bigger the group,
I hate to scare them away. Let's go.
Okay.
The rest of us will leave.
So as you guys walk around the port city of Luskin, you guys eventually start to catch through your faction agent and through your thieves' cant. You start to catch glimpses of small signs of like small Harper insignia. That's not noticeable to most people as they walk past, but both of you kind of having a little bit of history of looking for things like this kind of begin to catch on, and you start to follow the pathway of which is kind of being laid out for you, and eventually you guys kind of come to a door. Looks like an ordinary unmarked door, but to your guys' keen eyes, you guys are able to see that you think that this is probably the location of the Harper's faction here in Luskin.
I go up to the door and I knock twice, wait a beat, and then knock once.
Okay.
Knocking.
And as you're waiting, you knock again, and the door cracks open just a bit, and kind of peeking from behind, she goes, "Can I help you?"
Looking for Tia?
You're looking for tea? Well, we don't sell tea here, but if you're and you hear her pause and whatnot.
And I'll while she paused, I said, the sister of Strawberry sends her regards.
And the door kind of opens a little bit further. And I wish I was more prepared to say something in return of what there we go.
This house welcomes the music man.
You come bearing message
be with
for
you,
strawberry
hopefully.
shortcake.
We bring many gifts, isn't that the one?
And she says, "No extreme is good." And she opens the door and welcomes you inside.
And so we'll quietly move our way in.
I look at him and say, "Am I allowed to come into this place?"
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And she says, "What news do you bring, my friend?"
Well, Sister Gariel, like I said, send her regards. We finished up down towards where she's at, and we're on our way up north to deal with the 10 Towns situation up there.
That's Sister Gariel did mention that that there would be people coming up this direction. You guys are prepared to head into the icy depths of 10 Towns?
We are, but we are lacking a way to get there. Sister Gariel mentioned that you might have a way, either by sea or by land.
Yes, I've been working to try and figure out the best way up there, and there's a mountaineer that I have heard that I've been talking with that has offered to be a guide up through the mountains. But if you're looking to take a ship, my contacts with Ship Kurth have heard that there is a ship leaving for Rebel's End in the next few days.
Rebel's End?
Yeah.
So that's the prison colony, is it not? Or jail, or what is that?
You've heard of Rebel's End before? Yes, that's the jail that the I'm failing on the name. The
10 Towns. The
no.
Oh no, like some kingdom, right? You said.
The Lord's Alliance
There we go.
uses as their basically the big bad evil guys of the Lord's Alliance get sent up to Rebel's End.
Is there a town built around it, or is it just a big jail? What
It
like
is-
what
No,
is
there's
it?
a small town.
It is a big jail.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a big jail, but there's a small town of people that live there.
There are a number of guards positioned in the central tower of Rebel's End that are able to look out amongst the frozen yard of the jail itself.
So
I mean,
it's not
a
like a
ship.
trading town. It's not like we can get up there and buy supplies and continue on from that point, right?
It is not
No,
a
it's
trading
more of
town
a-
by any means.
yeah.
It is we could I have Kurth has there's not a lot of travel that goes up that direction anymore. Kurth has secured a lot of the travel up there with their ship that they have. Normally the Lord's Alliance would not do business at all with Luskin in general, but desperate times with the everlasting rhyme call for desperate measures.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
All right. So if we go this way, we will need to bring all of our supplies with us for us to travel to the next. Is there? How far is
Pretty
it
much-
from the Rebel's End to the first big town in 10 Towns, I guess?
Well, let's pull out my map and I'll take a look.
You should
Rebel's
do that.
End to Tourmaline is about 22 miles directly north. Rebel's End is about 22 miles directly north of Tourmaline, right on the sea of ice.
Okay, so we would go to Rebel's End, and then we would have to trek by, by foot or by whatever,
Yeah. South.
north and south.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I mean, it's worth a shot. At least it's something to go off of. Maybe we can still work off of getting this plan in motion.
So it's not bad. Okay, so we'll need to plan to bring anything we want with us when we go.
Pretty much at this point, we should be planning on no more stuff until we get to 10 towns.
Yes, that sounds like a plan. Well, 10 towns is 10 towns, right? So it's not like a place.
Yeah,
It's we
correct.
run
It's
into one of
a
them.
bunch of
Okay.
s- yeah.
Okay. All right. So we bring all our provisions with us. We already bought most of it. We will need horses or some sort of
Something,
riding animal
yeah.
or whatever to bring with. So hopefully the captain will allow that on
She
board.
pauses you and she goes, I don't think that the captain will allow trying to get horses up the sheer ice cliff up to Ruffles End would probably not bode very well for the horses.
Fair
All right,
enough.
so
Okay, so we're
we're
going to
going
have to
on foot.
hoof it by foot. So
Or
I guess
or we leave
did.
here and go up the mountain.
Well, we did buy 7 pairs of snowshoes, so we should be good there. I hope.
Well, we'll talk to everybody. We'll make a decision together. This isn't something.
Yeah.
Own.
Keelan, what was the Harper agent's name again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tia. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we would want to ask her. So you said that it might be worth putting this plan into motion, regardless, because it sounds like, is this the only ship that's going to be going up north either way?
And then this is the only ship that I know of in the next 2 days. But if you're looking to stay for a while longer, I could try and find a different ship. But
I think it's just a couple of days we wanted to stay regardless. So is this regardless, or I've said regardless 8 times now in this sentence. However we choose to leave the city by boat, it will be on this ship, correct?
if your goal is to get up to Revel's End, then this is the way to get up there.
Our goal is to go north via boat, so I'm assuming this is what we'll be stuck
This will
with.
probably be the best way forward, except for if we can get something through Nicola's end.
I think he was looking at the same process, same path, so.
Well, either way, let's go talk to everybody, and then we can decision together. We'll come back and we'll let you know which one we're going to go with.
Sure. That sounds good.
Okay. Tia says, I will wait here tomorrow morning. Will you have your decision by then?
Yes.
So I can set my contacts into motion here.
Yes, we will have our decision by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I will, as we're getting ready to leave, I'll pause with Davos and say, Davos, may I speak with her for about a moment alone?
Normally I wouldn't let somebody do this alone, but for you, yes.
Thank you.
Take a step out the door.
As long as it's okay with you, Tia.
Tia says, a friend of Davos, a friend of the Harpers is a friend of mine.
Thank you very much. And
I'll wait for you outside.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll turn to Tia and say, I am not from this place.
She looks astonished.
Yeah, right. As is quite evident. But the deeds of the Harpers reach much further than these borders. I am curious if there is a way for me to gain membership to this group. If there's something I can do to assist you or proceed onward.
She says, the Harpers are very secretive in our work. We try not to be too much out in the open with how we work. But we're always trying to find the middle ground between both good and evil, knowing that no extreme is best. and your quest to help Davos in ending this everlasting rhyme, if that's so what you choose, I think would make you a great candidate for a Harper agent.
I appreciate the consideration.
I can, if you're serious about this, and your actions show true, I can definitely put in a good word with the High Harpers, and we'll take this into consideration.
I appreciate the thought. Yes, Davos and I work together with Sister Gariel down in Vandover. So it was something that it showed interest to me. So I appreciate the consideration. I realize it's not really I don't know if it's a democracy or what is it. It's decentralized for sure. So
it is definitely decentralized.
Yeah.
But we there are pathways to join the Harpers.
It is the opposite of where I was from, and it seems like a good path.
Well,
so thank you very much for your consideration.
I will be in contact with our agent up in Bryn Shander. You can, when you arrive up there, be sure to, if you're in need of supplies or of information, seek her out, and she will be able to help you out.
I'm sure that Davos has the name, but in case he does not, is there a name that you may be able to provide us?
Her name is Belladora, and she poses as a homeless woman, spending her days gathering information in Bryn Shander, attempting to determine the best way to look for ways to defeat or to end this everlasting rhyme and stop Oriel.
As that is, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will let Davos know if he does not already, and we will proceed from here. Thank you very much.
With that, you head out the door, and it closes gently behind you, almost silently. And outside, you see Davos standing there, kind of relaxed and waiting for you to exit out of the building.
Smoking my pipe.
Yeah, right.
Smoking his pipe. And you guys begin to head back to the One-Eyed Jacks.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And as we're walking, I'll kind of look over him to go, did you ask yet?
I had asked if I could join, and they had indicated a contact in Bryn Shander. So
Belladonna.
Yes, that's the one. So we will talk to her when we get there.
Guys, but I wanted to keep that until we were on the way up there.
Well, just the two of us now.
All right. And with that, you guys make it back to the One-Eyed Jacks, and inside you guys see the rest of your group drinking and eating merrily at the table, kind of looking over.
Have we met merrily before?
You guys are merrily kind of tags along sometimes.
Why are we drinking them?
Body shots.
It's dinner.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not why, but how.
It's dinner, okay? We're drinking.
Oh, I can get imaginative on the how. I'm just wondering.
And you guys are kind of at this point as you guys arrive. your magical items are the items that you guys had bought from Elia have arrived, and kind of you guys took them up into the shop, and you guys are talking over some of the other wares that you guys had acquired at Berries, and everybody is kind of looking at the haircuts that you guys, that you, Quixotic and Monty and Alice have received, commenting on how spectacular they look.
Honestly, I don't dole out compliments very often, but there's some sharp haircuts.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
gotta admit that.
Very
So-
dapper.
So I got 2 ways forward, and it's up to us to figure out how we're going to do this. First one, we could hire a guide and we can go by foot. Not recommended, but it is doable. The other option is we take a ship that is in the next couple of days for Revel's End.
I'm assuming there's a couple other people where the term Rebel's End is gonna, click a light bulb on, right?
Yep.
So and it's close to you said Tourmaline. What's
Yeah,
the,
it's
Like 20 miles north.
25 miles north.
okay? So
That's
the
still
weather
gonna take us probably 2 days to hike.
the weather is getting shittier. I think that's the technical term. Up north, 25 miles by foot. How bad is that? Can anyone answer that question?
I don't know anything about Sir Robin.
Monty?
No, but you
Make
know
a
a lot
survival
about the
check.
fucking
I have advantages on the north.
Winter Queen, yeah.
How bad would that be, Keelan? Compared to what I have went through.
Just wanted to check.
As somebody who had to do terrible things in the cold.
But I mean, people still live up there unless it's ghost towns. I mean, right? And if they don't, then they're still
Not people
moving.
that travel with Nikola though.
well.
Oh.
We don't know.
I knew where
I
he was
don't-
going. I was
I
waiting
don't
until
know
he got
that.
there.
No, I just
That's
wanted to.
dark.
Our option is
You guys figure, based on Monty, your time up there, and Nicola, your time hiking through the winter snow, you figure it's probably a 2-day trek, but depending on weather and your ability to follow a map and compass and whatnot, and follow it's a
2 to 4
windswept
days.
windswept barren landscape between Tourmaline essentially and Revel's End, that there is a chance to get lost in the way. So
even if we go up there via ship, eventually we'll hit land, and we're gonna need a guide anyway.
Exactly.
It's either we walk more of the distance and deal with more of the walking treachery, or we get up there quicker and struggle without a guide.
What if we split the difference? What if we paid a guide
Could come with us.
take a ship and not freeze his ass off trudging through snow, and then help us once we arrive via ship?
I mean, that was going to be my suggestion as well, is we just kind of do both.
Yeah, both.
He
Seems like a
was
good-
down to go by ship with us.
Yeah, ship seems like the preferable way to go. So you're bringing us 2 options. One is a ship, one is by land, and we still have Nicola's by ship option as well.
Correct.
Okay.
But
Like,
so
there are options there, but she would like an answer by tomorrow if we want to go by ship so we can get this thing going.
my question is Nikola's option the same option? There's only going to be one ship going up north, right?
That's
So
what it sounded like,
regardless,
yeah.
it's just the one ship.
Oh, like we're
They're not sending
tracking-
two.
We're booking
They're not sending 2
passage on
ships
the same ship.
to rebels, whatever. We
Right.
just have 2 ways of getting on the same ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that the first ship was going to Rebels. And
Well, it's a
thought it was fishing.
possibility, but it's sounding like, according to my contact, that this is the last ship leaving port for the North
Yeah.
Front.
The only ship going north is this one ship, right, Keelan? Like out of game.
out of game, you guys don't know much about Nicola's ship And you guys know, or you guys know that she had mentioned that it would be basically there's the 2 ships that have icebreakers, and so that's what all you guys know about Nicola's ship access. As far as what you guys know from Tia is that there is just the 1 ship that, as far as she knows from her Harper's information, going up to that direction in the immediate future.
Okay, so there are only 2 ships that exist that are icebreakers that come from this port, correct?
Or
there's only 2 ships that
there's
could.
2 factions that have ships that would be able to go up north.
Okay. Are there any
I mean,
sailors?
That's the hard part with like calling these factions.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
ships,
sorry.
but-
Fucking ships. Oh yeah, ships versus ships.
A vessel. When you're talking
So
about boat.
can we call them boats for vessels and then ships for ships at this point? Even though
Sure.
that's probably not correct either.
Actually,
Alright.
you're 100% correct.
Sure.
No, but boats are different than ships, aren't they?
Just for the
Nope.
record,
Yeah.
I totally ship Alice and what was that? Eleanor? Ellis?
Elia.
Yeah, I'm totally
Elia?
shipping Elia.
Elia?
Yeah. Alice and Elia. Yeah, totally.
So
Come
I
on,
was
We're talking
Dan.
about ships.
I was talking.
Okay,
I was.
anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that afterwards. Shipping.
so
Yeah,
I mean, this sounding like the options that I have available, but we'd have to jump on this soon. The other option is we can go with Nicola's ideas.
Okay, so Nikola, how many boats do you assume would be heading up towards this Rebel's End in a given time, given it's a prison colony and has no trade?
So I don't know that there would be one going up that far. We would have to probably persuade him to either make a trip or divert.
Okay, so there's one already going up there, or we could do some shenanigans to get one going up there.
Yeah.
I would say we may as well just see if we can get passage on the boat that's already going, but I guess what does the group think?
I'm voting we hire the guide anyways and take.
Yeah, I think
I
that's a
think
good
that makes the
idea.
most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that seems sensible and logical. I mean, I'm assuming this isn't going to be a crazy outlandish price. Might have to pay passage back for him, but
Well,
Alex Cohey.
he's a guide.
It's all good. Go with the group. I think we do need a guide to get us through this. I know we could probably get through it with Nicola, but I think
Well,
it's
the
just
guide
better.
is what we need when we're ready to hit the ground. If it turns out that these 2 ship options are one and the same, then the only difference is how we get on it. And if one of them is through the Harpers, I don't feel like we'd owe anyone near as much as owing a pirate guild captain for
Right, a favor.
yeah.
Favor.
So
And that's kind of where I'm at. Like this one's ready to go.
and if it's the same ship and it's just one person owns it and same vessel, then the Harper way is probably the cheaper way for us, if I'm being honest. And if it's either, yeah, it's our way onto the ship, and if it's the same ship, let's take the Harper way, because I don't want to owe a captain of a pirate guild anything.
All right, so I'll go talk to Tia in the morning, and then we'll see what we need to do to get on the ship. Then.
that sounds good.
That's-
So we bought 7 days worth of rations for everyone. And a bunch of cold weather gear. Well, not cold weather gear, but other cold
Some
weather
extra
stuff.
cold weather gear and then climbing
Um,
and tents and stuff.
We are
will
not
be useful, yeah.
buying any sort of pack animal or travel animal. Is there anything else anyone wants before we pulls the trigger on this? It sounded like some people still had things to do in town tomorrow. Yes.
Well, you probably need to set this up tomorrow, don't
Yeah,
you?
we need to do setup
Right.
tomorrow, and then it's probably going to be another, who knows, until the actual travel day. We have some time to do stuff. best idea might be talk to this guide and see what we need to bring with us.
Well, the thing is there's no guide right now. We need to make one materialize or find one. So tomorrow, I would say you and I should probably go talk to Tia again and finalize things. Someone should go out in town and finds a guide. And then if there's anyone else that needs to do something, that
Should we
could also
bother
be a
talking
thing.
to the other ship leader? Because once we make it known that we want passage on their ship, it might be a bad idea to do so if we're gonna consider sneaking on a different way.
Oh no, I'm planning on talking to that person directly as well. I was just planning. We still don't have a name for the ship yet, though, and I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Like
We
the
just need
ship leader? And
Yeah.
okay.
Oh God. No, we're crossing ship
No.
and vessel, right?
I'm saying ship, but I'm not saying vessel.
I'm saying
Okay.
house.
Okay, guild.
Guild.
That's who I'm thinking. Like we'll just go directly to him and say, "Hey, can we get on the ship?" type thing.
Well, it doesn't
Oh,
seem
wait,
like we need
we
to.
don't
The,
need
the Harper
to.
person is circumventing that. What I'm saying is,
She-
if we go to the pirate captain and ask for way onto his ship, and then don't go the way that he offers us, but go through this Harper person, that'll be
That's
worse
true.
than if
That
we did
seems
nothing.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
That-
So, if we make the decision to go the Harper way on what we assume is his ship anyway, we don't talk to him.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
that makes sense. Yeah, we'll talk to the
So-
captain instead.
So we will talk to Tia. We'll find a guide. Someone's going to have to find a guide.
Guide.
What's that?
I'm a green guide. Yes.
Yeah,
And,
guide.
I've got shit to do tomorrow. So
And you got shit to do tomorrow. I don't know who you're going to take with you. So let's totally split the party again.
hell yeah.
We're more
Cats.
ground in a city, so
All the cats. Yep.
we're gonna
So,
get out of the city and they'll be like, yeah, dock like 500 gold, half your items were stolen.
yeah, right. All right. So
Except for you, Quixotic.
yeah, because I prepped all my shit ahead of time. So come tomorrow morning, we're gonna do Tia. Someone's gonna have to find the guides, and then Tehran's gonna have to do some searching around.
Yep.
So another night of drinking, and then we go to bed.
Yeah, but I'm not going anywhere bad as last night.
No, it's a light night of drinking.
Stick with the domestic stuff.
Well, I was going to ask for mead,
I was
but
gonna
whatever.
say like a drink.
That is domestic around here, isn't it?
That is
They make
no,
it.
it's not domestic yet. We got to get up to 10 towns before it's
Oh.
domestic, I think.
Good mead or good
Yeah.
berry or whatever the name of the town is where that good shit comes from.
I don't
Good
know.
mead.
Good berry, home of the good
Is
berry.
it called good mead? Fuck
It is-
yes.
It is called good mead.
Fuck
So-
yes.
Good.
All right. Well, you guys have a night of enjoyment and music and good food and good booze, and the night takes you guys, and we will pick up there next week.
That's
Yeah.
Rhiannon gets to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Some more.
Split the party.
Sorry, I had
Okay.
a long day.
do
So-
it again.
So shipping.
We've all been there.
I was in a